Some people don't like you to mention certain things. Some people don't want you to say this. Some people don't want you to say that. Some people think if you mention some things, they might happen. Some people are really fucking stupid.
You're listening to the worst.
The worst. You're listening to the worst, not the best.
All of it is so bad, it's hard to tell which is the worst.
The absolute worst.
And you're listening to the worst of Opie and Anthony.
The worst of Opie and Anthony.
It's absolutely awful.
Anthony went and bought underwear. Who cares? It was hot.
It's not just about me buying underwear. It's the problems I encounter buying new fashionable underwear in homoerotic packaging.
Oh, is this where you were talking? I don't want to give the thing away, but is this where you were talking about holding all the, because the guy is naked on the boxes and you don't want to hold it?
Right.
Uh-huh.
That thing.
I remember. Now I know what I'm going to do with every one of these.
You're going to ruin it. You're ruining it for everybody. You're such a dick, and I love it. All right, yeah, Anthony buys underwear, and he sees he had a nice observation about what's going on with the packaging. Little problem, sure.
The worst of Opie and Anthony.
I know.
Have we discussed, of course, clothing and whatnot? Another great segue. Have we discussed buying underwear that is not just Fruit of the Loom underwear?
No.
No? Because I don't know what is in the underwear makers' minds, but it's embarrassing. It's like they don't want guys to buy their product. I've kind of gotten past the point that I want to buy Fruit of the Loom underwear. I don't know. I kind of want to step up a little notch and maybe buy some of the Calvin Klein underwear. What? Just it's better made. I'll tell you where I'm going. It's just it's made better. It's not just like the stupid rubber bands around your legs and waistband that Fruit of the Loom has.
Wait, boxer briefs you want to start buying?
Well, yeah, boxer briefs, things like that, but just like name brand kind of underwear that's made of thicker material. It's nicer.
And I gotta step in.
Uh-huh.
I mean, yeah, honestly, logically, that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
And to the people out there that are new to the show and they don't really know you, they're like, yeah, this sounds very normal.
Sure.
I've known you for a long time, and you're just not the same person. What is going on in your head?
I'm just treating myself to a few of the nicer things in life.
Do you realize this is the 38th day in a row that you haven't worn the same shirt?
I wasn't counting.
We're keeping track now.
I wasn't counting, but thank you.
So you're shopping for some silk Versace boxers and...
Well, no, not silk. It's cotton. But if you notice, the material's thicker. Mm-hmm. It's more comfortable, and they don't stretch out around the legs and stuff. It's not the underwear you wore when you were 6 years old. You know what I mean? You kind of move up a little bit.
Right.
But these things are almost impossible to shop for. You go to the store. They don't come in little, plastic bags. They come in boxes, and there's a couple or three in the box. But have you looked at the pictures on the boxes?
Yes.
No. You walk into the underwear section, and now I want to buy the underwear, but I don't want to peruse through gay pornography. It is like you are looking at the covers of gay porn DVDs. You can't, and you're looking at them. You're a man standing there with your arms crossed looking at these guys in their underwear with armadillos shoved down the front of them.
With huge hogs.
Giant hogs poking through his underwear, and that's all they're wearing.
Poking and wanting.
Tanned washboard abs.
Straining is the word I would choose.
Biceps. Smile. They're smiling at you and kind of winking.
All they want to do is just breathe.
It is... You don't want to look. You don't want to shop. So you're looking at them, and now you got to go, maybe these. And you're thinking... Why am I going from this to this? What makes this box better? Is the guy cuter on the box?
Because he has that look of just wanting on his face.
It is. It's it's pornography. It's homosexual porn.
That's really funny.
On the boxes, and I just want to buy the goddamn underwear. But it makes it impossible to... So now you're walking to the register holding 5 boxes of nude men. And you put it on the counter, and there they are, staring back at you. Thanks for the purchase.
I bought underpants from the Gap recently, and I took them home, and it looked okay on the thing, like you're talking.
Mm-hmm.
Then I put them on, and then proceeded to throw them away.
Well, really?
Yeah, because the ones I got from the Gap make me look like I have one of those European bathing suits on. I don't know what
like
the hell happened.
Like a Speedo?
Not a Speedo. It's like, it's almost like hot pants for guys.
Yeah.
The only way I could explain it. It's like to here. And it didn't look like that on
Did it look like
on
a
the
bikini?
packaging. Not a
Bottom?
bikini.
Was it cut like that?
It's like the hot pants the girls wear, but just picture it a little looser so it would look, I guess, okay on a guy. I
There's
don't know.
real hot underwear that chicks wear.
Boy shorts?
Yeah, those short things with the frills on the bottom and around the top. That is like the hottest fucking underwear that girls can wear. The little short thing.
I love those boy shorts.
Isn't that great?
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So when your chick is buying your underwear, that's fine. She could go up. There's the guy with the pecs and the abs and the muscles and the wanting look and the perfect hair and the huge goddamn python shoved down the front of his Calvin Kleins. But to have to look at this, because you can't just walk up, grab it, and walk up to the register. You have to stand in front of this huge display of nude men and look at them. Mm-hmm. What's the size on this one? Maybe this style.
You go. Have you gone into Abercrombie and Fitch lately?
No.
With the big blown up posters of boys topless.
God. Why are we exposed to this?
What is I just want a pair of jeans.
You just want some clothes, and you gotta look at gay pornography. You're right.
There's something going on with Abercrombie and Fitch because it's mostly topless boys and the big posters on the walls. Every once in a while,
hair to be found.
Every once in a while, they throw a girl at you, but in general, it's these I don't know. I guess they're supposed to be 16, 17-year-old boys topless.
Mm-hmm.
What the?
Oh dear! Oh dear!
What the? Who the? What the?
You will be molested.
Hey, Craig, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Hey.
Hey, no, I agree with Anthony, man. I'm a personal trainer. I'm a big boy. I'm like 6'1", 220, very athletic. And I got to buy those Calvin Klein ones, and it's terribly uncomfortable just going in there, staring at nude men, trying to pick up some draws.
Yeah, it makes you yearn for the day of just grabbing that Fruit of the Loom in that plastic bag at a Dwayne Reed or something, and just wear that.
And get out of there.
You don't want to stand in front of 100 boxes with nude men on them. It's men in their underwear with huge hogs, and you got to stand there and pick and choose.
Yeah.
And you feel like, all right, what style should I get? Should I get the one that's cut this way or that way? And the only way you have to make that decision is to look at the guy. Well, it looks hot on him. You don't want to have to be put in the position where you're looking and deciding what underwear you want because it looks hot on that man. No. Just put a picture of the underwear on there. You ever seen The Invisible Man? You ever seen an Invisible Man movie?
Yes.
A movie. I'm like, how can you see The Invisible Man?
Of course not.
I saw a hat
Jesus.
once.
Silly.
Yeah, I saw a hat just floating by.
Glasses and gauze. But he can walk around in his underwear, but all you see is the
footsteps
underwear.
in the snow once. Jesus.
That's it. I've seen him. He produces this radio show.
Hey, quick question.
That's what I want to see on the box. Just the underwear.
Hold on, bro. What?
Just the underwear as if the Invisible Man was wearing it.
All right.
Put it on there and just have it take out the person. So now you're looking at the underwear itself, not on a guy. No guy is going in and buying it because the guy looked good on the package. Have women wearing the goddamn men's underwear. How about that? Then I'd look and go, ooh.
You'd feel gay then. I'd feel like a fag buying these because they're on chicks.
No, but it's the chick wearing men's underwear, So it's like, all right, I see what style it is, how it's cut, how far down the leg it comes, things like that. But it also is a pleasure to look at.
Sure is.
And you could take it home and save the box to Jack to.
There you go. Craig, what's up again?
Hey, one last thing. You guys mentioned Abercrombie and Fitch.
Yeah.
I've never been in that store because, one, the pictures are appalling, but two, that just seems like the whitest white guy store.
Well,
are you a white guy?
By no means.
Were you going to go out and buy some FUBU?
Oh, of course not. But I mean, like, that store, I mean, I don't know. Everybody looks the same in that store, like you guys were hinting yesterday.
Oh, you shop at Banana Republic, don't you?
Actually, kind of all over the place. You know, like I said, I'm a big guy, so it's hard to find clothes that fit.
You're right about Abercrombie and Fitch. I'll take a peek. They got some stuff that other people aren't really wearing. That's what I go for, I guess.
All right, folks, punching up.
All right, Craig.
Party rock.
We got to go back to. All right, yeah, we'll do this. Mark from Queens, what's up?
Are you guys insane? I think you guys are absolutely nuts, and this whole Howard Hughes lifestyle's gone to your head. What happened to just going into Target, ripping off a 3-pack of fucking Fruit of the Loom, and just walking out the door?
I gotta disagree with you, dude.
Abercrombie and Fitch and the Gap to buy underwear. You go into Target, 1, 2, 3, you're done. That's it.
My God, let me tell you something. I mean, going to the Gap for underwear, it gets a lot worse than that. I mean, you do like the Ralph Lauren or the Perry Ellis, and that underwear is way up there.
Yep.
I mean,
Four words, gentlemen: Hanes and Fruit of the Loom.
I know. What I'm saying was, I just wanted to step up a notch as far as my underwear went. I didn't like Fruit of the Looms. The material's very thin. The elastic isn't very good. I just wanted a few pairs of comfy, thick, cottony underwear. Why not? Why not put some of your most valuable items that you own, your cock and balls, into something a little nicer?
Why are you spending so much time on underwear shopping? You know you're only going to wear it once.
And then throw them away. Then I incinerate them.
Look, Jimmy's nodding.
Dirty underwear. No. I wear, they get washed and I wear them again.
Yeah, sure you do.
But, and it's not like
Dude, you threw away a couch because it had a booger on it.
Yes, it did.
You know what's going on in your underwear?
Not people wiping their boogers in there. It's my own stuff going on in there, and they get washed. That's all I'm saying.
But do they really get washed?
Of course they do. They get bleached. The bleach gets in there and washes all the dirt away. Washes all the dirty memories. All the dirty things.
Anthony needs everything bleached now.
It's got to be bleached.
He's bleaching his hands.
No, look, I'm not saying all I wear. I'm wearing Fruit of the Looms right now. I'm not saying all I wear are these underwear. But occasionally, especially if you're maybe going out and dressed nicely, you want to complete the whole thing with some very nice underwear.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
Fruit of the Looms are awful, and people have to start realizing.
Thank you, Jimmy.
They look like diapers, and I'm sorry, but you have to understand, folks, we're fancy people. Get used to it.
We're fancy people. Fancy.
Fancy people.
What a lame word.
I got to tell you something.
I am fancy.
I thought this was like just a throwaway subject. The phones have exploded.
Because I've hit a nerve.
They've absolutely exploded. Let's go to Christine on Long Island. Christine?
Hi, guys. I want to say you guys are complaining because for, maybe 2 years you have to look at half-naked men in advertising when women have been doing it for, 30? Oh, you think I want to look at a woman bouncing around in a bikini to sell soda?
Yeah, but that's hot, and all girls have that lesbian thing in them.
Right. Girls don't mind as much looking at nude or semi-nude girls.
I totally agree with Anthony. There's something going on with you girls. You guys could get naked together. You could you kiss your girlfriends when you're out drinking and stuff. And
we barely ever kiss.
The ones who are bisexual or lesbian, I've never kissed my girlfriend because we're in a bar together. It's different to dance with a girl or to hang out with a girl, but
I guess this is the new trend though in advertising is to get the guys. With less clothes on.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to sell to guys?
Well, it's trying to show guys you'll look like this in this, which is unrealistic.
It is no. First of all, you got to be delusional to think you can ever attain that look. They're models. They're paid huge amounts of money to look like that, and it's genetics and the gay lifestyle and the gym.
You want to see someone that looks hot in underpants? Get a copy of Yellow Discipline.
That's right.
There you go. Now you're talking. The Average Joe.
I was at that photo shoot. I've never laughed harder.
It really wasn't
there was this really, really hot photographer.
Put that on the Calvin Klein box.
Oh, my God. This really hot photographer that had all these great ideas for Jim Norton's Yellow Discipline CD, Yellow Roses, and got him kind of like a James Bond type sports coat suit to wear.
Nice.
And so Jimmy goes back behind the curtain to change, and he comes walking out with just his underpants on, pulled as high as he possibly can. His gut at the time just
awful,
just overtaking all the underwear, so all that's just sticking out.
Of course.
And he's basically going, "I'm ready. Here's
Ready.
what I want to do." And the picture's up on, I guess it's up on your websites, right?
Somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, go to eatabullet.com.
They're
or
awful.
I don't know
really
how
funny.
young, almost completely nude men are selling to other men. How the average guy that wants to walk in and get dressed, buy some clothes, is making a decision based on these nude men.
That's so.
I don't get it.
You nailed it. It's funny, and you have to deal with it now. Matt from Jersey, what's up?
How's it going, guys?
Hey.
I just wanted to say, Opie, you're right about Abercrombie. Not only is it the guys on the wall that are shirtless, but then you get the stuff from the store, and the bag they give you usually has two shirtless guys playing volleyball with each other, and then you got to walk through the mall with two naked guys on the bag. It's awful, and you catch like a glimpse of yourself in the mirror.
Oh, my God.
I forgot about the bag.
Now
yeah.
you have to walk through the mall with the bag with gay porn on it.
That's hilarious.
You can't even put it in the bag and get away.
Yeah, because do those two guys really want to be playing volleyball?
Yeah.
Like running into the ocean with a surfboard, and then you got to look like that as you walk through the mall.
You should just be walking around with a bag with a picture of a guy sucking another man's cock on it. Yeah, just did some shopping.
Well, did you see the new bag they have now, where there's not two guys anymore? There's only one, and he's walking out of St. Vincent's with a tear on his face.
You're just an awful human being. You really are.
Oh, Christ.
Let's go to Rooster, the trucker. Rooster.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Hey, good.
Hey, first of all, I'd like to say it's so refreshing having you guys on the air. Howard, Mancow, they suck. Anyway, it's bad enough going into a mall and seeing pictures of guys, but I was in a mall in Chicago, and they have half-nude live models on the floor, men and women. Yeah.
That's what you need. That's going to sell.
That really sucks when you walk with your lady past some guy standing right there with his underwear hanging out.
I know nothing about marketing or anything like this, but as far as men's underwear goes, I bet you they would sell a lot more if they made these boxes less provocative with the men on them. I bet, because there are guys, believe me, there are guys that will not buy them because they will not walk up to that display and pick up a box with this naked guy on it and with his huge hog in his underwear. There are guys that will not do it just for that reason.
Well, someone is. That was a good point. Someone was saying that they hung up that they're actually marketing this stuff for the girlfriends and the wives.
Is that what it is?
Because maybe they're the ones doing a lot of the shopping.
Doing the shopping.
Yeah.
Well, I must say that I had my girlfriend with me, and she's the one. I made her take the boxes of underwear off the shelf and bring them up to the register. I did not want to hold these and carry them around the store.
That's a good point. I bet you that's what they're going for. The girls are out there doing all the shopping and taking care of their
How much underwear do the girls buy for men? Like, is it more? Are more girls buying their underwear for men, or do more men buy their own underwear?
Dude,
because then that would make sense.
I only started buying clothes for myself 2 years ago.
You still? I know, me too.
So, that person might be onto something there. Scott from Jersey, what's up?
My mother would buy me the underwear. 2 seconds, Scott. My mother would buy me the designer underwear for Christmas.
Right.
So I would open up the present at Grandma's house when we all get together on Christmas Eve, and it was embarrassing there, too, because I open it up, and I'm like, oh, and I got to pick up this box. There's a guy with a huge hog on it, and like, thanks, Mom.
Yeah, Christmas.
Thanks for the man with the huge hog picture.
Anthony, show everyone what you got.
I got this picture
ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching.
Yeah, gay pornography. Mommy got me gay pornography.
Scott from Jersey, what's up?
Hey, guys. For about 6 months between high school and college, I actually was I was an underwear model for J. Crew.
Ooh.
Yeah, great, thanks. Now, you guys got to think about one of these photo shoots. Now, when you're talking about the armadillo in the front of the guy's pants, first of all, if you think about what you look like when you're just wearing underwear, it doesn't look quite as round. I mean, there's some hills and valleys in there. So they actually place little pieces in there to make it perfectly round. Not a full piece, but...
So you got the G.I. Joe or the Ken doll.
kind of bulge going, but no real distinction of balls or.
What is it? Some kind of like a cup almost?
No, it's like an epoxy. Like it's like so it's perfectly rounded, but it's not like hard. It's almost like a Gibbs because it's got to look a little like skin. And then think about me. I'm standing there, and you got this guy who's undoubtedly gay, who's shoving this stuff around my junk, molding around. I mean, because I don't do it myself. They have to mold it perfectly, like they were doing a sculpture.
Ooh.
It's obscene.
Ooh.
But it's, yeah, it's so you guys buy it. But it is marketed towards girls. It's not marketed towards guys. I'm a heterosexual male. I like to say that on the air.
You better say that if you're discussing. Yeah, whatever. All right, Scott, thank you.
Punch it out.
Bye.
A lot of times I'll go to the store like Abercrombie or something like that, and I'll see the clothes, the guys with those shirts, and I think like I want to look like that, like because the girls will like me better.
Sure.
Because I want to look like Ashton.
Let's say hi to
You
Derek.
want that body without the shirt? You want to play volleyball?
I want the hair like that and stuff. It's cool.
Derek from Kentucky, what's up?
What's up, man?
Hey.
Hey, I got to call you out on something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's see. You've been getting on Ant about shopping, buying all these nice clothes because he's changing. What's up with you shopping at the Gap for underwear all of a sudden? Are you going there to look at the gay guys, or what the hell's going on?
No, I take a peek at the Gap every once in a while. I needed some underwear. I went over there. Honestly, I don't remember seeing any of these pictures that Anthony is discussing at the Gap. It might be there. I'm not sure, but
I'd deny it too.
No, you can see them anywhere, dude. You can see it in Macy's. It's a friggin' Macy's. You go in there, and they have the underwear section, and they're just loaded with these boxes, and every designer box has the gay guy with the huge hog. Every single one.
I find this amazing that Anthony knows where all these gay guys hang out at.
Well, say that again?
I find it kind of amazing that Ant seems to know where all these gay guys hang out at.
I'm not saying gay guys hang out. I say the gay guys on the boxes.
All right, Derek's.
Exactly.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Jackass.
People out there are going to have to start getting used to it. This is a ritzy operation.
Ritzy.
We're ritzy?
And we like to be fancy.
That's right. You're dealing with fancy people here.
Ugh, why'd you change the picture? I just went, ooh. Go back.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
That's underwear.
Very nice.
Look at that.
Nice.
Young lady.
Matching bra and panties. Nice little blue.
Yeah, click the next one.
Very frilly.
Nice.
Now go forward.
Jesus, Eric, you have no idea how to do a radio bit, do you? And then we were going to scream.
Ooh, that guy's got a leopard tattoo coming out of his underwear.
Travis from Oklahoma City.
Ugh.
Hey, man, I just want to know why the first caller on this subject was calling in to talk about all this homoerotic stuff being offensive, but he described his body type. He might as well have just put male for male before that. Punching out.
All right.
Wait.
I think we have exhausted this subject all of a sudden.
That was a good call.
Ian Anthony, XM202.
This was the time that someone was ringing my buzzer at 11:30 at night, which to me is the middle of the night when you're getting up to do a morning radio show. And it was quite scary.
He had ulterior motives.
Yeah, there was an intimidating black fellow with a pizza box.
A delivery man?
Well, I don't know if he was a delivery man.
Did he cook the pizza?
It was a little scary, though. Take a listen.
It's the worst of Opie and Anthony.
Lo más mal de Opie and Anthony en XM202.
Anyway, last night I go to bed real early because, we had the Atlantic City weekend and stuff, and I'm in bed around 9. I've been staying up a lot later with these new hours.
Have you?
Yeah, it's been nice. It's been working out well.
Ooh.
I don't stutter and fumble around with my words as much. I'm getting a good night's sleep.
Ooh.
But, so I'm sleeping for a good 2 to 3 hours, all right? And all of a sudden my buzzer, over and over again.
Yeah.
And I'm in such a deep sleep, I'm thinking my alarm clocks go off. I can't figure out what the noise is. And I finally wake up. Sounds fine on the air to me. Thanks, Ben.
Fine.
Okay. You could just grab a mic and say that.
Right. Ooh, I don't miss that apartment living.
Huh?
I don't miss that apartment living. I remember that. Meh. Oh.
So maybe I might have to talk to the NYPD after the show today is all I'm thinking.
Really?
Yeah, the more I think about it.
Scam.
So, yeah, Ben is with me. He thinks scam. So the buzzer's going off like crazy, and I finally, realize it's my buzzer, and I stagger stagger upstairs. My 2-level abode. Thank you. It's just the basement. Relax. So then I hit the the talk thing. I'm like, yeah, what do you want?
Those things work so well. Yeah, what do you want? What? He either said FedEx or I'm going to murder you. What?
I'm getting a package to kill you.
Wait, you have a package for me, or you're gonna kill me?
I got a cab upstairs. Gonna murder fucking knife.
What?
So
I understand a word they say through those.
Well, here's the problem. I'm hitting talk like, yeah, what do you want? Something like that. And all I hear is, you're speak to him. He's not hitting the talk button back on the intercom.
Just yelling.
But I could hear him outside. Okay? And he's trying to tell me that there's some kind of delivery or whatever.
Delivery.
Like food delivery. That's all I can understand.
Did you hear the voice?
Yeah.
Very well. Could you imitate maybe what he sounded like?
Did you order a motherfucking pizza?
Was it like that?
Well,
could you put a little inflection on it to imitate what the voice sounded
Anthony,
like?
Everyone knows I don't do a lot of voices on this program, so I will write what kind of gentleman this was, and then maybe you could help me out.
Oh, but just based on
N?
Oh, okay.
All right.
Written something on the paper that now completely explains who was there.
But he's not pushing the talk button. Mm-hmm. And now I'm thinking, now that I'm wide awake, that this is part of the scam probably. So I keep pushing the button. What do you want? Because I was woken up from a deep sleep.
Right.
Deep sleep, right? And I could hear outside the window that he's telling me in this voice that there's some kind of delivery. And some kind of, I think, pizza delivery. Okay?
Yeah, got pizza pie, motherfucker.
Did it sound something like that?
Yeah, similar, sure.
Yeah, I got the delivery.
Was it something to that effect?
Yeah, something similar.
All right.
So again, trying to get this guy to talk through the intercom. What do you want? I didn't order anything, and he's insisting that I order the pizza.
Uh-oh.
So now I'm like, God, I can't hear the guy through the intercom. So now I leave
Of course you can.
Now I leave my apartment.
See, here's where you get really stupid.
Now I leave my apartment.
Here's where, no matter where you live now, it is completely understandable that you grew up on Long Island.
Right. So
because you shouldn't have gone out.
Now here's the confusion. It turned out it was only 11:30 at night, but because I was in bed and out cold, I really didn't know what time it was, and in my stupid brain, I thought it was the middle of the night.
Do you think a cowboy at a fort years ago hearing would open the main gate and go outside? Do you really think so? No, you stay in, you send some guys up to the towers with guns, and you protect yourself within your fortress.
So I leave my apartment and go to the front door, which is double doors, and it's relatively safe, considering, okay? Mm-hmm. And he's inside the first door, and he's just looking at through the second window.
Yeah.
Right at me. And this guy was one of the scariest mofos I've ever seen in my life.
But he had your pizza.
Carrying a Domino's pizza box, the warm bags. I don't know what the fuck was in that.
Oh, jeez.
This guy had gold toofuses.
Yeah.
He had
Domino's pizza with Glock topping.
He had gold teeth. He looked like he stepped right out of one of these rap videos, okay?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not even true, because now all the rap videos, they're all polished and nice.
Yeah.
And this guy was
old school.
This was old school, scary-looking dude with a Domino's, bag with pizza. Trying to convince me that I ordered the pizza.
Well, maybe you did, and you forgot.
I'm like, look, and now we're yelling through the glass. I'm like, I didn't order the pizza. He's like, no, you ordered the pizza. And then he's giving my address. He goes, yeah, see, you ordered the pizza. It's right on the box, your address.
You ordered this, man. Just open the door, man. We'll talk about this. We can talk about this if you open the door.
I don't think so.
And then he's getting...
I'm scared of you, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm scared. I'm scared of you.
This is me talking through the glass.
Yeah.
I'm scared of you, sir, and I'm protecting myself. I am protecting myself. I am scared of you. Please call the police.
So he's really trying to convince me to open up the final door, Anthony.
You don't want to hire niggas, that's all.
The final door.
Now,
Yeah.
let me just explain. To get to me, you have to go through 4 locked doors.
4 locked doors.
It's down to 3 are all open and ready to go.
Oh, boy.
There's only 1 to go.
1 safety door left.
Now it all makes sense to me, you know, this morning with a clear head. So he's trying to get me to open that final door to try to figure out this pizza situation.
Yep.
Showing me the address right on the box. I had to order it. There's my address.
What's in the box?
This is what I wanted to tell him.
You're a phony. Hey, this guy's a great big phony. Hey, you're a great big phony. You know that? That's right. You're a big fat phony.
Taunt him through the glass. Now, what if some resident of the building would have come up at that point and opened the door to get in? That would have been a sticky situation.
Well, then there's, 2 of us, so I don't know.
Remember when Noonan was in the cage and D'Annunzio walked up and he wouldn't give him the Coke? Then
Right.
you get a no Coke, huh? And he's making fun of him, calls him a jerk. And then the head of the caddy shack came in, opened it up, and told him to get out.
And then there was that
Same thing
big
would have
fight.
happened to you.
Fight with the bloody
Big
nose.
fight. No bare feet.
So this guy is just kind of throwing his arms up and down, and he's getting really pissed off. And I'm like, just screaming through the glass. I didn't order the fucking pizza, man. And then he finally gave it a really good try, and then he finally left. And then I went back to my apartment, just kind of freaked out about the whole situation. And then all night long, just kind of listening with half an ear, like wondering if he's coming back and all that. And then when I left this morning, I was kind of scared to leave the place.
Yeah.
I definitely was, because I didn't know what the hell that was all about.
Well, not in the morning?
Yeah.
Like he was hanging out there?
Dude, I don't leave.
That's one of those, you move on to somebody else.
Let me explain something, Jimmy. When I leave my apartment, it's still dark.
I know.
When you get here, the sun is shining nice and high. There's a big difference when we leave our apartments.
No, I know that, but do
you
think
understand?
that 6 hours later, it's still there with pizza?
Who knows? Do you understand things are scarier at night?
Yes.
You know? You get here, it's bright sunshine. You have to put sunscreen on. When Aunt and I get to work and get
sunscreen,
when we get to work and start, preparing for the show, it's still pitch dark. You just start hearing the birds a little bit, just a little bit, because they're waking up with you. So what do you think?
This could have been a home invasion.
Do you think it could have been a legitimate mistake or a setup?
Well,
no joke, the guy was scary. But a lot of the delivery guys are scary.
Yeah, but it sounds like it could have been a mistake. But you don't know. Better to err on the side of safety and not. What you didn't want a pizza, so you don't let him in anyway.
Right.
The fact that he's ringing your buzzer. I used to love the guys that would come to deliver and just smash two hands over all the buzzers just so they could get in the door. And some idiot just buzzes him in. The whole security system falls apart.
Because there's one idiot.
There's one idiot.
One idiot in your building.
Just, I don't care.
Right.
I'll hit the rape, rob, kill button over here and let him in.
Yeah, right.
It's there for a reason, you jackass. But if you let him in, then he comes to your door and knocks, you open that door, woo, kick it in.
That's what I'm
Home
thinking.
invasion.
That's what I'm thinking.
And hopefully he's just there for your property.
That's what I'm thinking.
Or maybe he's a big guy. Maybe he just intimidates you into paying him for the pizzas that you didn't order. He's Upper West Side, white people will be scared of him, and he correctly
maybe.
assumes that.
Look, man, I got this pizza.
You gotta
he
pay
walks
me.
around with like one pizza.
Well, I've told the story a bunch of times on the radio, but I'm pretty, safe because of what happened in Buffalo.
What?
The famous story in Buffalo.
Well, which one was that?
You don't remember the famous story in Buffalo?
Mm-hmm.
And when I was working in...
Oh, I do now. Oh, that's creepy.
Dudes, what I
forgot you were a victim of
for
this.
the new listeners, for what I'm about to tell you is no radio exaggeration. This is exactly how it happened.
What you're about to hear is shocking.
This is exact. Okay, I was doing overnights in Buffalo, and so I was sleeping a lot of days and stuff. Blah blah blah. I was in this brownstone that had in a crappy neighborhood, North Pearl Street, which was like there were a lot
crappy neighborhood, Buffalo.
Yeah, well, it was like a lot of heroin addicts, a lot of druggies. I wasn't making much money in the
Buffalo,
and my apartment was very close to the station, so it was convenient. But it was a safe building. You had to get through 2 doors and then your apartment door to get to the person. Okay,
right.
And Opie is a pussy. Should have called Domino's. Eric from Miami. I was too tired. Went back to bed.
Yeah, keep the door locked. Go to sleep.
And and then just wonder all night. That's all.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm in Buffalo, And it was a brownstone, and yeah, the front 2 doors were always locked, but I didn't lock my door for some stupid reason. I have no idea to this day.
Why?
I have no idea. It was just dumb. You know, I was like on the 4th floor in the back. I figured, I don't know. I just didn't.
It's insanity.
So
asking for it.
Around this time in Buffalo, there was a rapist that they were very, very concerned about. A black rapist, swear to God. Very, very concerned about. They did some stories on the news. You know, he raped here, he raped there, he raped here, blah, blah. Right.
Oh, no.
So I'm sleeping on I think it was a Saturday or Sunday, in the middle of the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some idiots in the building, like Anthony was just talking about, they were moving out. So they didn't want to be inconvenienced, so they propped open both the bottom doors.
Why not?
So they're getting a load from upstairs, and they have the bottom doors propped so they could get it into their station wagons and stuff. It was one of those cheap moves where you get all your friends and you try to get it all in a couple of cars, you know? The only problem is we lived in a really bad neighborhood, so this was, gave somebody the opportunity to sneak in while you're going back upstairs to get more stuff.
Right.
So this is all I remember. I'm out cold, laying on my side, and I wake up because I guess I feel a presence in my room.
Oh, boy.
This is the God's honest truth, man. I open my eyes to see a black guy in a hooded sweatshirt with the hood, pulled down really tight around his head, staring at me 2 to 3 inches away from my face.
Did you go?
Oh, my heart was in my throat.
Of course.
And I opened up my eyes
until his cock pushed it out.
I opened up my eyes, and the only thing I could say is, what are you doing here?
Oh, that's a good one.
Well, what else are you gonna do?
How many times has he heard that before?
I was like, ooh. I'm like, what are you doing here? And I had long hair back then. I was doing the rock thing.
Were you? Oh, my God.
What?
You were almost raped?
Yeah, that's what he's getting at, Jimmy.
Oh, my God.
Wow, way to wake up. You all right?
Yeah, I just hit
Oh, yeah.
You said the long hair. All right.
Guy's right there in the room.
Well, this is what, I could figure out what happened here. So he's, very close to my face. I open my eyes. I go, what are you doing here? I didn't know what to do. You're not going to, I wasn't going to make the first move. I didn't know what, I was waiting to see what the hell this is all about. And obviously it couldn't be good. Why else would he be in my...
No, it couldn't be good.
Why else would he be in my room,
He didn't even have a pizza box.
So I open my eyes. I go, what are you doing here? He looks at me. I look at him. And then he jumps up and bolts and runs out of my apartment. I'm like, oh, my God, oh, my God. I jump out of bed like, holy crap, what the F? And I remember I had some kind of like metal, shelves, whatever, right inside my apartment where I always just threw my keys and my wallet. When I came in, it was just like, dump that, whatever.
Right.
And I'm away from home and all that crap. So I'm thinking right away, now I'm thinking, oh, my God, nothing's going to happen to me. But what the fuck did he, take from my apartment? So I jump out of bed because I hear the front door kind of, slam closed again or whatever. And I run, and my wallet and my keys are missing. So, but fast forward a little bit. It turns out I found them. It was in my jeans or something. I just didn't put them, there. Okay. He runs out. He didn't take anything from my apartment is the key to the story. So now, thinking about everything that went on that day, I'm thinking he was looking to rape again.
Yes.
And he saw this opportunity. This brownstone is wide open because these people are leaving.
Blonde-haired girl laying in bed.
Exactly. So he goes into this apartment, starts trying for doors that are unlocked. Bingo, mine's unlocked. He goes in, carefully. Sneaks into the bedroom, sees me maybe with my long hair on the pillow. I don't know.
Yes, flowing.
And now he's looking. Real close to see if I'm a chick or not. That's the only thing I could think of.
Man, good thing you said something. He might have plastered your face in the pillow and still not knowing you were a guy, just thrust it up your ass. Oh.
Can you imagine?
Do you know how close you came?
Yeah, that was...
What if the guy didn't care, guy or girl?
True.
Wow.
That was the scariest moment of my life right there.
Oh.
The scariest moment of my life.
Jesus.
So, and then I was able to, run out of the building to see him sprinting down the road.
Yeah.
And that was the last I ever saw of the dude, obviously, so.
Oh, the last you ever saw of him? Do you miss him? He never even came back. Thing hard to get.
That was going through my mind last night with this weird Domino's experience.
Man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even, I wouldn't even have left the apartment. I'm like, what? Who? No. No pizza, go away.
Well, he kept ringing the buzzer over and over again. It was getting, obnoxious.
Stop ringing the buzzer. Call the cops. There's a man. There's a Negro at my door.
I don't know what to do when a Negro comes to my door. Joe from Jersey, what's up?
Hey, good morning, guys. Opie, come on, man. Splurge the extra money and go for the high-class apartment with the concierge there to keep those guys out.
Yeah, well, Norton's like, it's time to get in a building with a doorman.
All right, take it easy. Punching out.
All right, thank you. And let's go to Angelo in Brooklyn. Angelo.
Hey, listen, I love the show, guys. Got news for you. It's got to be a scam. Domino's takes your number when you place the order, and I've had it happen. If they can't get you to the door, they'll call your phone.
No, really?
They'll call your phone. Absolutely. Had it happen repeatedly.
Huh.
Well, what was going to happen, you think? The guy was just going to roll me for
home
a few?
invasion.
Yeah, it was looking probably for a home invasion or just maybe he just wanted $20. All right, look, take this pizza, give me $20.
Yeah.
Right. All right, thank you, buddy.
Knock over a pizza guy, steal his pizza, and then you go and sell it. We have audio of the black guy that walked into your apartment in Buffalo.
Yeah.
After Opie woke up.
Hey, where are the white women at?
That is harsh, man. Ooh.
All right. Matt from Long Island. Hey, Ope, did you run and hide in your panic room?
Yeah, you need a panic room.
All right, well.
Man, that's a frightening story, that Buffalo one.
Yeah, that one is, that one's the real deal, man. That was just,
Did you start keeping a weapon by the bed or something after that?
No.
You locked your door?
I just, oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, I've never kept my door unlocked since then.
Gotta have weapons. Anyone have weapons in their house?
No.
You got any weapons? No, Jim?
No.
Well, you'd probably use them on yourself in some throes of depression.
Believe me, that's the only reason I don't own a pistol. I don't own a pistol.
It's a lot easier than jumping out a window or something.
Yeah, just 1 second.
I don't think we want to admit to what weapons we have
I know,
on
I
a
understand
national
that.
talk
I'm just
show.
saying if anybody needs, a protection, it's, somebody that's opening up their doors for pizza delivery guys.
You know how much of a pain in the ass it is to get a gun the real way?
Ah, well, yeah.
I have a weapon, but it's a slow-acting weapon, and it's in the bottom of my balls. But this guy hangs around for 6 months to a year or two. He'll suffer.
Freeze.
Anyway, why don't we take a break, Anthony?
All right.
We're just getting started. Want to congratulate Jim Norton. He had a great show at Atlantic City at the Borgata.
Oh, thank you.
Had a lot of fun. Remind me about the gambling experience with Joey. Joey Paisano of Mulberry.
Went gambling with Joey, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
After what I saw him do, I'm begging our faithful listeners to go down to Mulberry Street and eat at Paisano's.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God.
Did he take a bit of a beating?
He's got, I think he's got a gambling problem.
Who doesn't?
I think he has a gambling problem.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
High roller.
Yes, big time high roller. As far as the people I hang out with.
Welcome to the Opie and Anthony. Oh, dinner. Hey, man. Here you go. No. That's cool. Keep it. Chicken.
Opie and Anthony Show. XM202.
Do you have to do that?
No, I was just trying to get it around my hand. It feels right.
It's really...
When I wrap the Starbucks thing around my hand, it just feels right.
Something feels right about it?
It just feels right. It's tight. Like my hand is constricted. I can't open my little hand.
That's good.
And it just feels right.
It's really annoying,
for you.
No, but it feels good.
It's really annoying this early in the morning. Stop. It's Friday. We just want to get through another dumb show.
Friday.
Retarded movie game. Oh, you know what? This is one of my favorite bits.
I haven't heard this in a long time.
What are you doing? Will you stop eating for one lousy minute?
Do the thing.
Lady Di and Marion, they are the retarded Laverne and Shirley. And they came in one day. That is so fucking annoying.
What an ass.
They came in one day. And This fucking idiot eats all morning long.
Grazing in a field all day.
Grazing on just shit all morning. Right, we get it, you fucking asshole.
Are you going to drink that?
Yeah. Can I finish? The retard Laverne Shirley came in, Anthony. Came in.
Yeah.
The retarded Laverne and Shirley came in.
Oh, no.
And read from some famous movie scripts, Anthony.
Yep.
And then the listeners had to guess what movie they were reading from.
It was like a little game.
Is this the Marcellus Wassellus script?
That is exactly what that is.
When she's reading a Pulp Fiction or something and she says Marcellus Wassellus instead of Marcellus Wallace. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
That's it.
Very good.
Stay tuned.
It's the worst of Opie and Anthony.
Hey, we're back with the Opie and Anthony Show. You asked again.
Awful.
No one even knows what just happened. So
Jim just got gotten by Opie so bad. What was the line you used? I didn't hear it.
During commercials, you know, we could see all the phone calls coming in. And I go, "Oh, Jim, you want to take this one?" And then I just started looking at it.
And Jim came walking around to Opie's side and goes, "Where? What?
Where? Which one?
Where? Oh." Then he made the face like Pesci when he walked into that house to become a made man and got shot in the head.
I just went...
Oh, no. Oh, no. Pop.
He got me.
You really got me good.
All right, we're running out of show fast, believe it or not.
Yeah.
It's been a very busy day. We got the retarded Laverne and Shirley. Speaking of freak shows there, Andrew.
Yeah, how about these two?
You gotta love these two, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Could you put them in formaldehyde? Then you'd have pickled elephants.
You can make a little display with them, right?
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
Put them up.
The retarded Laverne and Shirley. How are ya?
Hi, people.
I'm fine. How are you?
Look, she's got her bling on.
Why are you dressed like Dan Tanner? That is horrible.
Who is Dan Tanner?
Dan Tanner? Who doesn't remember Dan Tanner?
That's a detective I got your show. T-shirt on.
Very good,
It's
Marion.
just that awful flowered
I forgot
collar
the first
shirt.
name. I forgot That's the a name nice of the shirt. show, but he's a detective.
Oh, he's a detective.
It's from like the 80s, 70s, 80s.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, whatever.
And it really
Take
bugs
two
me that
guesses.
you and Stinky have the same hair. That really annoys me, coming out of the back of the hat. That really
Wait a
irritates me.
minute. No, we don't
But
have
you
the
got your
same
haircut,
hair.
Diane, but you're still wearing hats. You can't tell you got your haircut.
You got your hair cut?
Yeah, I got my hair cut.
Let's see, Lady Di.
But how can
I
I
had the hat
tell?
on,
The hat's
so-
covering your head.
Lady Di, you might be
Yes.
How
using
to
too
get rid
much
of
soy sauce when you go to the Japanese restaurant there. Your face is a
Soy
little...
sauce?
Yeah, it bloats the face. You might want to cut back on that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, I will. I'll cut back on that.
Apparently you have soy sauce and an IV drip at your house. That I'd like to cut your hair with an axe. That is
You have a little,
awful.
what do they call that haircut? Like a,
What
it's
happened?
almost like a Dutch boy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Beer.
Kind of.
Oh, the beer is making her bloated?
Is that what's doing it?
Oh, Marion is saying that the beer is bloating you up there, Lady Di.
That is not
Too
true.
much yin-yang party?
No, this...
You try to tell her, right? Now, Marion, I could see Marion is a very good friend to you, Lady Di, and you don't
right.
take her word. She's the one that's responsible. She knows what's best for you, and you don't listen to her.
Because, Diane, I try to tell you, certain beers that you drink, it shows in your face. I tell you, switch to
Yeah, that chocolate cake beer you've been shoving
All
into
the-
your mouth.
all the old Duels
It's really
beer that
putting
I've been
tons
drinking.
on you, you gorilla.
Oh.
Oh, man. I look okay. My haircut
Jimmy.
looks okay. I look
Yeah.
okay.
She's been working out, but I
Your
have,
haircut
well,
does
not
look
as much
okay if you're a
as
Mexican
me.
in 1930. You should be working on a railroad with that haircut.
I've been
Well,
lacking
Norton,
the
again,
gym
at least
too
I
all
have
week.
hair.
only want
I know
mine.
you do.
Oh, now Lady Di coming back.
No, that's not even a good one because he chooses not to have hair.
We've both
Like
been lacking
Like
the
if he
gym
was
for the
bald,
last
then you
week.
might be onto something, but he just chooses to shave his head
I'll
like
think
that.
of something to tell him.
Because all the other fellas
Seriously, guys,
shave their head like that, right,
We've
Jim?
both been lacking the gym all week. I only went once this week.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I had a lot of
Only once.
appointments I had to keep this week, so...
On your planet, how long is a week in our time?
Yeah, exactly.
Now I see you
7
wearing.
days.
Monday.
I see you wearing a Jim Norton T-shirt,
Yes,
though.
I
You
am.
can bitch and complain about him all you want, but you're wearing his shirt.
And she's so fat,
Right.
it's actual size.
And you're always online with him, too, so you're online with him at least once
good line, dude.
every 2 weeks.
All right, listen.
I talk to him once in a while.
All right, can we play the
Hi,
movie?
how are you?
The movie game.
It was such a great success last time we did it,
What are
Opie.
you doing here now?
Shut up,
As you
ladies.
recall,
we gave you your time. Now you got to listen a little bit.
Lady Di and Marion will be given scripts to famous scenes from famous guy movies.
Right.
They will then go back and forth with the dialogue from the movie, and we will go to a lucky caller on our screen.
Right.
And that caller must figure out what movie that scene is from, based solely on their what is going to be an Academy Award-winning performance of that scene.
Hey, you know, guys,
You know,
we're at the
Marlon
theater
Brando
tonight.
whistles clearer than you speak.
Hey, I don't know how to whistle that good, do you?
Okay, and we're ready to play.
Nice comeback, Marion.
I love you, Jim. You know.
All right, now, look. I got to be. I already see a problem with this.
Uh-oh.
Is this the same one they have? Now, why did you print this? Because they're going to read this and ruin the whole game.
Yeah,
you did? Do not read anything that is crossed out. Do not mean anything that may clump down.
We got you, Anthony.
Okay.
We won't do
Say
that.
what?
Now, when you look at the paper, don't mumble on. Don't read a thing aloud.
You guys are crazy. You know they're going to mess it up anyway.
I know. I try.
Hey, you know what,
Shut
guys?
up. We got Billy from Oceanside. What's up, Billy?
What's up, guys?
You ready
Hey,
to play
man.
the movie game?
Yep.
All right, listen closely to this scene that will be enacted by these two, and try to figure out what the movie is. Okay. Now, Marion, you will be playing the part that starts first. Don't say it. Don't mouth it.
Yeah.
Don't say it. And Lady Di, you're playing the second one.
Okay.
You see that? Don't say it now. Now, start your scene. When we say action.
And Billy, you know what you're doing, right?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. All right, let's go, ladies.
Go ahead.
All right, go. You like Huey Lewis in the news.
They're okay.
The early work was little too new wave for my taste.
Cut. Marion, hello. If I can ask you, please play it up a little more. You're just reading it very monotone.
Yeah, you were
You're
acting last time. What
Get
happened
your face out of the page, as they say.
You're acting.
You're acting.
Have a connection with the other actor.
All right.
Okay.
This, let me just say, without giving anything away, your performance as you read these lines, you should be very analytical, very into what you're saying.
Okay.
Be very into what you're saying. Passionate about what
should
you're
have a little
talking about.
passion for what you're talking
Just
about.
because
here.
you're built like Gamera, you don't have to read like him.
You're built like King Kong.
She understood the movie monster, though.
She got it right.
Godzilla movies.
Very good, Mario. Okay, take two. Take two. Quiet on the set. And action.
You like Huey Lewis in the news.
They're okay.
Their early work was too new wave for my taste, but when sports came out in '83, I think they really came into their own, commercially and artistically. The whole album has a clear, crisp sound and a new sheen of consummate professionalism that really gives songs a big boost. He's been compared to Elvis Costello, but I think Huey has a far more bitter, cynical sense of humor.
Hey.
Yes, Alan.
Why are there copies of the style section all over the place? You have a dog? A little chow or something?
No, Alan.
Is that a raincoat?
Yes, it is. In '87, Huey Lewis released this for their most accomplished album. I think their undisputed masterpiece is Hip to Be Square, a song so catchy most people probably don't listen to their lyrics, but they should, because it's not just about the pleasures of comfort me and the importance of friends, it's also a personal statement about the band itself. Hey, Paul! They're getting your reservations at Dorcia. Now, you effing selfish bastard. You effing selfish bastard.
You girls are passionate.
There it is. I'm glad she took my advice and read it with a little more passion. You did nothing. You did not emote anything.
The emotional range of an autistic. That was horrible. You should drive the car slow on Saturdays.
You didn't sound into what you were saying. You were, again, just reading.
I disagree.
I was into it. So
You disagree?
He was awful.
I thought she
Yes,
did pretty well
Marion.
with that
do
one.
better, I'll switch places.
Well, no, because the whole thing is you doing. All right, she showed me. And
Billy from Oceanside, what movie were they acting out?
Don't just stare at it, eat it, American Psycho.
Oh, American Psycho! With Marion playing, of course, Bateman.
American Psycho.
They don't even know the movie. Jesus. Hold on the line. They're going to get your info.
It's about a guy who found you attractive.
I like the way she
What
did.
about a women that could find you
Hey,
attractive?
Paul,
Do you have any?
Stupid. All right, hold on. Go ahead, Ann. Did you like the part where she went, hey, Paul, you're getting your reservation? It's like, no, it's like, hey, Paul. And then, the guy, he's killing him at that point. Yeah. He's screaming as he's
We
hacking
have
him.
to get into the acting.
All right, listen.
I mean,
So,
I think I did
shut
pretty
up.
good.
So we have a reference point. This is the scene.
You like Huey Lewis in the news?
They're okay.
Their early work was a little too new wave for my taste. But when Sports came out in '83, I think they really came into their own, commercially and artistically.
The whole album has a clear, crisp sound and a new sheen of consummate professionalism that really gives the songs a big boost. He's been compared to Elvis Costello, but I think Huey has a far more bitter, cynical sense of humor.
Hey, Albert Shrimp.
Yes, Alan?
Why are the copies of the style section all over the place? Do you have a dog? A little chow or something?
No, Alan.
Is that a raincoat?
Yes, it is. In '87, Huey released this. 4, their most accomplished album. I think their undisputed masterpiece is Hip to Be Square. A song so catchy, most people probably don't listen to the lyrics. But they should, because it's not just about the pleasures of conformity and the importance of friends. It's also a personal statement about the band itself. Hey, Paul!
Try getting a reservation at Dorking now, you fucking stupid bastard!
God damn,
You
what
know
a
what?
movie.
I think the ladies nailed that.
I think you guys hit it on the head. Now that I listen back.
You nailed it. You did very well, man.
You hit it on the head, that
I think
one.
Ann was being a little too harsh.
in the news.
I had forgotten what the actual scene sounded like, Opie, so now hearing it,
Yeah.
you guys nailed it.
You guys
Nailed
were
it.
right on.
Okay.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Is that not one of the best scenes in any movie ever?
I can't get enough of that movie.
Why, you look.
All right,
Mr.
shut up. I know
Mr.
why.
Book.
We've talked about
Mr. Book.
We're running out of time, though. And this game is too priceless. This game's too close to my heart. I like this game.
All right, now
I want to
again,
exploit it to its fullest potential.
keep your mouth shut. Don't read a thing till we tell you, and just read what we
Tom
tell you.
from Philly.
What up?
You want to play the movie game?
You know it.
All right, cool. All you have to do is listen to these two lovely ladies.
We're whales.
Act out a scene from a very popular movie, and if you guess the movie, you got the tickets. Okay?
Oh, no problem.
All right. Are you ladies ready?
Yes,
Ready?
we are.
Okay. Let's see.
No.
Your Lady Di will be
Rick's
starting.
got it figured out, I think.
I hope
Just
so.
let me
The
know
right
when.
way.
No, we know.
All right.
There's
Yeah,
some
we know.
emotion in this, too.
Okay.
In other words,
Just let me know when.
Marion gets
Eatables.com.
Marion's the real star.
She gets all the good lines.
Good website.
Lady Di is filler. Go ahead.
Lady Di, start this off. Action.
They kicked us out of school? That makes sense.
Hey, what's this laying around? S.
War's over, man. Wormer dropped the big one.
What? Over? Did you say over? Nothing's over till we decide it is. What? Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no.
Germans, forget it. He's rolling.
It ain't over now, because when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Who's with me? Let's go. Come on.
Keep going. That's all you.
What's the F happened to the Delta? I used to know. Where's the spirit? Where's the guts? This could be the greatest night of our lives, but you're going to let it be the worst. Oh, we're afraid to go with you, Bluto. We might get in trouble. Well, just kiss my A from now on. Not me. I'm not going to take this. Wormer, he's a dead man. Marmalade, dead. Niedermeyer.
Dad, Bluto's right, psychotic, but obviously right. We've got to take these bastards. We could fight them with conventional weapons, but that could take years and cost millions of lives. No, in this case, we have to go all out. I think the situation absolutely requires a real futile and stupid gesture to be done on somebody's part, and we're just the guys to do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it!
Wow! All right. I felt like I was there watching the movie again.
Tom's going to
There you
get
go.
this
We're getting
because,
better,
man,
right?
they acted that out perfect.
That's my favorite.
Tom, if you would please tell us what movie they were doing that famous scene from.
Well, Otter, I'm going to have to go with Animal House.
Animal House! Wow, was that amazing?
Obviously. Bluto's right, psychotic.
No. Pluto's dead Pluto's right, psychotic.
All right, so we have a reference point. Here it is.
They kicked us out of school? That makes sense.
Hey! What's this lying around?
War's over, man. Wormer dropped the big one.
What? Over? Did you say over? Nothing is over until we decide it is. Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no!
German? Forget it, he's rolling.
It ain't over now. Because when the going gets tough, the toughs get going. Who's with me? Let's go! Come on! What the f*** happened to the Delta I used to know? Where's the spirit? Where's the guts? Huh? This could be the greatest night of our lives. But you're gonna let it be the worst. Oh, we're afraid to go with you, Pluto. We might get in trouble. Well, just kiss my ass from now on! Not me! I'm not gonna take this! Wormer, he's a dead man! I'm alive! Dead! Need a liar!
Dad! Pluto's right. Psychotic, but absolutely right. We gotta take these bastards. Yeah. Could fight them with conventional weapons. That could take years and cost millions of lives. No, in this case, I think we have to go all out. I think this situation absolutely requires a really futile and stupid gesture be done on somebody's part.
We're just the guys to do it. Let's do it.
What a great scene that was. How memorable. Animal House.
That's like me in my high school days.
Oh, yeah?
That's when we saw the movie, right? In our high school days.
Oscar from the Bronx. Oscar from the Bronx checking in, saying at least she looks like Belushi.
I'm not heavy, so.
Well, the guy was saying
You're not heavy compared to a Jupiter moon, maybe.
I'm not heavy.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
How much you weigh, Jim?
About 140.
All right, listen, we're going to play one more before break here.
Look at you arguing with her.
Take it easy, dryer lit hair.
Hey, let me tell you, my hair doesn't look bad. I like the way it looks.
All right, one more now before...
Marion, I like your hair.
Yes.
I know he is.
I know cancer patients that would rather have their hair.
Do you have cancer, Peyton? You have cancer?
You almost said, do you have cancer patients? You really are dumb.
I like when she was going, sitting around.
He does not.
Cancer patients are bald.
What's a cancer patient?
They're bald. Cancer patients are bald.
I'm enjoying your new look.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it.
I don't press people.
No,
I just press myself.
Right. No jokes.
There's nothing wrong with a perm being bobby pinned back in the middle of the afternoon. What's wrong with that?
Back.
Let's go to Jeff from Boston. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, what's up, guys?
You know how to play the movie game, right?
Yes, I do.
All right, these two lovely ladies are going to act out another scene from another great night. Guy movie. All right, ladies, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, remember, I'll give you a little more motivation.
All right.
Both of you, during this, have similar deliveries. You're both yelling.
Okay.
Yelling your lines. Okay?
Yeah, don't
All right, we got you.
Don't hold back. You're both yelling your lines. This is a yelling scene.
Just pretend she hid your bottle of alcohol and you're mad.
Who's starting? All right. Marion is starting the scene. And remember...
Right into the mic.
We're both yelling.
Right in, both yelling. And do you see the part that is in the little starred area?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you described to them what they must do during that part. Very good.
But I must.
Ready? Action.
Go?
Yeah.
All right. Left shoulder, hut. Private Pilot, what are you trying to do to my beloved corpse?
Sir, I don't know, sir.
You are dumb, Private Pilot, but do you expect me to believe that? left from right?
Sir, no, sir.
Then you did that on purpose. You want to be different?
Sir, no, sir.
Oh, my God.
Hey.
She just smacked.
Cut.
Why did you smack Lady Di?
She's supposed to. It's in the script. But you know something? You didn't hit her hard enough. You gotta hear it.
Yeah. It's
So
all part of
now, Lady Di, are you against maybe being smacked in the face?
All right, what about if I
All right,
being
just
smacked in the
hit
face?
What about if I
Hit her
went
in the
like this?
face.
No, you got to really hit her.
But hit her hard.
Oh,
We're not going to do that.
No. I'll go like this.
Man, that face is going to jiggle.
You have to hit her. You're like method actors, and for the last 30 years, you've been playing someone that eats compulsively.
All right, here we
Hit
go.
him instead.
All right, ready?
All right, ladies, let's start over.
Start over,
it's a very
and remember,
short scene.
remember, you're yelling. Very good. Okay, and
We are yelling.
ready?
And action.
Action.
Left shoulder hut. Private Pile, what are you trying to do to my beloved corpse?
Sir, I don't know, sir.
You are dumb, Private Pile. Do you expect me to believe you don't know left from right?
Sir, no, sir.
Then you did that on purpose. You want to be different?
Sir, no, sir.
What side was that, Private Pile?
Sir, left side, sir.
Are you sure, Private Pile?
Sir, right side, sir.
Don't F with me again, Pile. Pick up your effing cover, Pile.
Sir, yes, sir.
You're smacking her in all the wrong spots. Were you paying attention?
Yes.
No, you
She's
weren't.
supposed to smack me.
She said, "Sir, left, sir," and you smacked her again and then said, "Are you sure?"
All right. Look, this is the best we're going to do with this scene.
Yeah.
Oh, my dear sweet, what have you've done to my beloved corpse?
What are you trying to do with my beloved body?
My beloved corpse.
Hey, can I walk over and smack you?
No.
There's nothing beloved about your corpse.
All right, I guess Jeff
from Boston.
Yeah.
Jeff, if you look, Jeff is disgusted. Yeah. Jeff, judging by or deciding by what you've just heard, what movie were they acting from?
I have no idea, man. I'm going to have to go with a guess and say Thin Red Line.
Oh, no.
What kind of guy are you?
Wow. Not a good one, I guess.
All right, don't say it.
All right, don't say it.
Sorry, we got to let Jeff go. Let's go to Mark.
Change your tampon. And
Mark, what scene were they acting in? Well, what movie were they acting from?
Was it the Trainables video? No, it was Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket.
Mark, hold on.
Sure.
The one time she could have saved herself the embarrassment of saying an S in core.
Yeah, I know. Corpse.
I ain't listening to you, Jeff.
Here's the scene.
Here it is.
For a
I come
reference
over and
point.
smack you.
Shoulder. Private Pile, what are you trying to do to my beloved car?
Sir, I don't know, sir.
You are dumb, Private Pile, but do you expect me to believe that you don't know left from right?
Sir, no, sir.
Then you did that on purpose. You want to be different.
Sir, no, sir.
What side was that, Private Pile?
Sir, left side, sir.
Are you sure, Private Pile?
Sir, yes, sir.
What side was that, Private Pile?
Sir, right side, sir.
Don't with me again, Pile. Pick up your cover.
Sir, yes, sir.
Wow. What a
That was a
fantastic
good movie. I saw that movie.
scene. Great.
It's obvious you guys saw that movie.
Come on, what do you want me to do? Go over and really smack her?
You did good.
I've had my share of smacking
You
on
did
you.
just
believe
hit
it.
What are you
her
trying to
harder.
do to my beloved corpse?
Corpse.
We don't smack each other.
Oh, wow.
Smack you?
What?
Oh.
With the good arm or the gimp one?
Come on, let's have a round.
Yeah, let's have a round with you, Jim.
Don't hit me with the turkey leg arm. Hit me with the other one.
This turkey leg arm has a good
Whatever we got.
left hook
What's
and
a
right
left-hand hook?
I mean, left hook and right hook.
You really are a marble-mouthed ass.
Yeah, I don't talk with marbles in my mouth.
No, it would probably
not,
clarify things.
Jim.
Yeah, well,
Obviously
you know what I
not,
meant.
Jim.
Right.
What is wrong with
D-head.
you?
Did you actually have a Down syndrome tongue implanted?
Did I have a what implanted?
Oh, you're just awful.
Why? Why? I don't know.
We love you too,
I don't
Jim.
understand gibberish.
All right, listen, we're going to take a break.
Right.
I think we need to continue with this.
Yeah, the retarded Laverne show.
All right.
Hey, everybody, it's Stephen Lynch. You're listening to the worst of Opie and Anthony. And also, I have herpes.
Ready to play more of the movie game, Ant?
This is becoming a lot of fun, this game. The first time we did it, I got to admit, a little bit of a cluster F. But the girls seem to have really taken it upon themselves to brush up on their acting skills, because sometimes I can't tell if we're listening to a movie clip or the retarded Laverne and Shirley.
Oh, yeah. Andrew.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
All right, we got to hurry up here because we're running out of time, but you want to play the movie game?
Definitely.
All right,
cool.
Here we go. Girls, are you ready?
Yes, we are.
All right, you know your parts. And action.
Y'all know me. Know how I earn a living. I'll catch this bird for you, but it ain't gonna be easy. Bad fish, not like going down to the pond and chasing bluegills for Tommy cats. The shark. Swallowing you whole, shaking tenderness, down you go. Now we gotta do it quick. That'll bring back all the tourists. That'll put all your businesses on a paying basis. But it's not gonna be pleasant. I value my neck a lot, more than the $3,000. Chief, I'll find him for 3. I'll catch him and kill him for 10. You gotta make up your minds. You wanna stay alive and ain't up. You wanna play cheap and be on welfare the whole winter. I don't want no volunteers. I don't want no mates. There's too many captains on this island. $10,000 from me, myself. For that you get the head, the tail, the whole damn thing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Quint. Well, take it under advisement.
Yeah, Marion, there's another line.
Anything on the other side?
That's it.
Wow.
I thought Mayor, Chief, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. You have to ain't up.
It.
Okay.
You can't even hear it, though.
Ain't up.
Andrew?
Yeah, she read it like
Dude, you can't even understand what the hell she was saying.
Oh, we understood.
Aw.
You don't know
over the phone?
You don't know the movie?
You couldn't understand. All I heard was the other one at the end.
Well, guess the movie.
Oh. Take it under.
No, their mics are up.
Of course they heard it.
Everyone else heard it?
He just doesn't know.
No,
He heard it.
I had to talk like Quint.
Yeah, she was just talking weird.
I had to talk like Quint.
That's actually sexier than an actual voice.
Well, Andrew, just guess.
Take it under advisement. Take it under advisement. Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
You're close. I can see it.
I'm telling you, I really couldn't hear her, guys.
5, 4, 3,
you know what?
2, 1. Yes?
All right.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Can't blame him.
Here's a reference point. Here's the scene. It's, of course, from Jaws.
It's Jaws. I don't know what wacky voice you were doing there. It was nothing like Quint.
The Irish guy.
All right, here's the scene.
You all know me. Know how I earn a living. I'll catch this bird for you, but it ain't gonna be easy. It's bad fish. Not like going down the pond chasing bluegills or tommycats. This shark, swallow you whole. A little shaking, a little tenderizing. Down you go. And we gotta do it quick. That'll bring back the tourists. That'll put all your businesses on a paying basis. But it's not gonna be pleasant. I value my neck a lot more than $3,000, Chief. I'll find him for 3, but I'll catch him and kill him for 10. And you gotta make up your minds. You wanna stay alive and ante up? You wanna play it cheap? Be on welfare the whole winter? I don't want no volunteers. I don't want no mates. There's too many captains on this island. $10,000 for me by myself. For that you get the head, the tail, the whole damn thing.
Bravo! Nice, right?
Wow.
Robert Shaw.
One of the greatest actors ever on the face of the earth.
Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3.
The Deep.
Oh,
the
great.
guy
I did
was
pretty
fantastic.
Good. With that voice.
I thought he did very good.
Fantastic in that movie.
All right, let's go right to John in Philly. John.
All right.
Yo, what's up?
All right, ladies, you ready for your next script there?
Yeah. Are we
Okay.
getting another one? Sure.
Yeah, this is a really good one because they both have to really work for this one.
Yeah, you're both acting in this one now. Here's
right.
both of your lines. Lady Di, this is your time to shine.
Okay.
All right, who goes
Don't F
first
up,
this
huh?
time?
Yeah,
Don't F up like
hey,
that.
Marion, say something real fast.
What?
No, get on mic and say hi, John.
Hi, John. How you doing?
Hey.
You heard her fine, right?
Oh, she sounds great.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, that guy just didn't know the movie.
I know. He was
faggot. Who doesn't know Jaws? Faggot.
Yeah, Jeff from Boston was a faggot, too.
He didn't want his friends going, hey, faggot, faggot. He didn't know that it was Jaws, faggot.
I couldn't hear them.
Okay, ready? I think this is going to be the last one, unfortunately.
Yes. Oh, unfortunately.
Give it your all.
Unfortunately. Yes, we will. We'll give
There
it our all.
it is.
All right, this is it, ladies. So really, yeah, give it your all because this is it for you. All right?
And action.
Company leader calling Raven. Company leader to Raven. Talk to me, Johnny. Company leader to identify Baker team. Rambo, Messner, Ortega, Coletta, Jorgensen, Danforth, Barry, Krakauer. Confirm. This is Colonel Troutman. Talk to me, Johnny.
They're all gone, sir.
Rambo, are you all right? Over.
Baker team, they're all dead, sir.
Not Barry. He made it.
Barry's gone too, sir.
How?
Got himself killed in Nam. Don't even know it. Castrated him down to the bone.
No, cancer ate him down to the bone.
That's what I
Who
said.
typed that?
Castrated.
No.
That's cancer. All right, we're running out of time, though. Continue.
Keep going.
I'm sorry. I don't know.
I'm the last one, sir.
It's good to hear your voice, Johnny. It's been a long time. Look, John, you've done some damage here, but they don't want any trouble. That's why I've come. I'm going to come in there and fly you the hell out. Just you and me. We'll work this thing out together. Is that fair enough?
Where'd you come from, sir?
Bragg.
I tried to get in touch with you, but the guys at Bragg never knew where to find you.
I haven't been spending much time there lately. They've got me in D.C. I'm sharing a seat with my ass. My A.
Shining.
I wish I was back at Bragg now.
We'll talk about that when you come in.
I can't do that, sir.
Well, look, John, we can't have you running around out there wasting friendly civilians.
There are no friendly civilians.
Well, I'm your friend, Johnny. I was there with you, knee-deep in all the blood and guts. I covered your butt more than once. Seems like bailing you out, trouble is getting to be a lifetime job for me.
There wouldn't be no trouble except for that King S. cop. All I wanted was something to eat, but the man kept pushing, sir.
Well, you did some pushing of your own, John.
They drew first blood, not me.
Oh, boy.
Well, let me come in and get you the hell out of there.
They drew first blood.
Look at, you hear John from Philly, our contestant, moaning. Just like, oh, God. Isn't it painful? You were wincing, John.
Playing the scene.
Thank you, Marion and Brian Regan. They're all gone, sir.
Sir? Oh, they drew first blood. Oh, I see where they're going with this one.
I want to be back in Bragg.
They hit me with a Pop-Tart.
All right, John from Philly. What movie were they acting out there?
That's the classic scene at the end of Rambo First Blood.
Oh, yeah, John.
Exactly.
That's right.
You got it right.
Talk to me, Johnny.
And we don't have time to play the actual scene.
No, we don't.
We have run out of show. John, hold on the line. John,
it's over, Johnny.
Hold on, man.
John from Philly.
Bravo.
Everybody clap.
And that's how we wrap up a crazy week of radio, Ant.
Zanerific.
Want to thank the ladies, Lady Di and Marion. Lady Di did very well there.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Her Sylvester Stallone impression.
Very nice.
Brian Regan. Ain't gonna work, Jimmy.
It kind of worked.
It did work. He knows.
I
saw his little blue eyes glance over. Hitler would have been proud of you, blonde-haired, blue-eyed fella.
I had to confess. I was like,
I confess.
I
That's Jimmy's line.
Those were my eyes shifting.
Who said that he rang up, the scores told him he rang up, it was over 50 grand, something like that?
Yes.
Over, Jesus Christ, Jimmy.
What?
Holy shit.
Somebody party here.
Oh, my God.
Somebody party here.
The worst spell ever in my life. Oh, my God. It won't go away.
That is disgusting. That is disgusting. 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 Disgusting.
It's in my nostrils. Dude, that's horrific. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God, shut up. I can't function.
It won't stop. Stop.
It's awful.
I had a burger on the Metro line yesterday.
Oh, my God.
I need something. I'm going to throw up.
It could be the worst one ever. It's like rotting eggs.
FM 202. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Good morning, Jimmy.
Morning, guys.
Hi, Aunt.
Hi.
Forgot someone.
Who?
I don't know.
Oh, Liddy. How you doing, Liddy?
Oh, you know.
You know. See, he talks.
I'd be better than all go back to Africa. Hey, easy, Liddy.
Easy. Otto and Liddy.
Liddy hasn't been on the show in a while.
Yeah, he's been busy. Liddy got a new tattoo. It said, try again.
Hey, remember the time Mars found the pickled punk, Anthony?
Yes.
We were on vacation, and he was in the back office, and he found it. He started really freaking out because he didn't know what the hell it was. He called Washington, the FBI, lawyers. It was a mess. Building security. It was a pretty interesting story. Interesting enough to throw it on our stupid radio program.
It was creepy.
Then he opens the jar up and touches it.
Yes. You remember he touched it, and the big buildup was we got to get Andrew Gore back, and eventually on a later episode he did come back and take the pickle punk, but not during this one.
Right.
Well, the next segment will be Andrew Gore taking
picking up the punk. Okay.
Oh,
punk.
Well, we'll introduce that at the proper time.
Okay, yeah, not right now.
All right, but first, Mars finds the pickled punk
and touches it.
The worst of Opie and Anthony.
All right, we got to get Danny in here.
Danny?
I see you letting the head grow a little.
A little bit. What do you think?
That's all right.
What'd you do during
It's like Boss's awful Jew hair.
It's not bad.
I worked, Ant.
You worked?
Yeah, these guys worked.
vacation?
These guys worked for free while
Wow.
we enjoyed the
Damn, you didn't go on a cruise?
the 2-week vacation.
Nope. I came here a couple of days. I was helping Ziggy out with the store.
Dude, I'm walking the
Cash in my
beach,
pocket.
trying to, figure out if I should start smoking pot again. I'm searching out the Coconut Man every day.
I'm dining with the captain.
And these guys working for free.
Working for free.
Back in New York.
The O&A slaves. Very good. Well, there was a controversy.
Yes, Danny. What
So the
happened?
FBI
FBI was almost involved?
Pretty much.
Apparently. You guys know Mars, the engineer here. He wanted to tell me a story. He said it was pretty funny, so he was telling me that somebody had moved a box that was in here into the room in the back, and it was apparently...
It was one of our. It was into one of our offices that we don't use.
All right.
One of the offices that we demanded from XM. We demanded that they build all these offices.
Well, we have an office, but me and Opie needed another office.
That's right.
So we demanded we have an office with just 2 desks in it for us to get away from the riffraff.
And, if you listen to this program, we make it sound like there's no one else in this facility. It's all about Anthony and I, and Jim Norton, of course. And, they had to make a lot of space for the Opie and Anthony show here in New York. And it was a small space to begin with. Yeah. And that wasn't good enough for us. We're like, no, we need to take over the entire conference room. We need the whole kitchen area as our private offices. We need build, or we're not coming.
Right.
So then the rest of the gang had to be shoved into tiny little cubicles. Their space that was small to begin with got smaller.
Now the area where the coffee machine and everything was, now it takes up like a 2-foot spot on a shelf. Pretty much their lunchroom.
So they build these really nice offices so Ant and I could get away. We haven't used them once.
Yeah.
So I guess a box from the studio was moved into one of these offices.
You got it.
Mm-hmm.
And Mars was kind of curious of what was in the box because it was kind of bulging on the sides.
What's in the box? Tell me what's in the box.
Don't we have that somewhere? No, I think you do have it
so.
somewhere.
Yeah, we should get it, though.
No, we had it. I played it once. All right, go ahead.
So Mars opens the box, and sure enough, inside is the pickled punk.
Oh, the pickled punk.
No.
Where do we get that from?
Andrew Gore.
Andrew Gore.
And I openly admitted that it has brought me bad luck for the 2.5 years that he gave it to me. He gave it to me like 2.5 years ago, and there's been some weird things that have happened
in my
life.
The Greg Brady tiki.
And I'm
Did
thinking,
you wear it around your neck?
And I was thinking it was in my closet in my New York apartment. I'm thinking, who knows? Yeah. Maybe it would be smart to just give it back to the guy. Yep. And maybe it will help my luck. Maybe.
It is taboo.
Maybe it'll help my luck.
Taboo.
So I brought it back in here because he was supposed to be in New York to...
Does everyone know what a pickled punk is? I don't know if all our listeners know. It's an old circus term.
It's it's from the old sideshows. You would pay your $1 or back then, what was it, a quarter or a nickel? It was like a nickel or something.
Yeah, a nickel, and you'd go in and see these. They're deformed fetuses. Maybe spontaneous miscarriage or something like that. Or what? Did they have abortions back then?
Who knows?
How did they get these things?
They give them cute names and stuff.
2-headed. Yeah, they'll have 2 heads or 3 legs, or they'll just be so deformed they'll look like lizard baby or something.
Yeah, the lion head boy, things like that.
Yeah, lion head boy. And it's really disgusting. So Andrew gave one to Opie.
Because I had a fascination about
Had
this.
a fascination with it and was asking for one and got one.
And in Andrew's old crib, and thank God he finally moved.
Yeah.
So if the FBI wants to question me, I have no idea where he lives now. He had a display in this old joint that was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
We've talked about the Siamese babies with the diapers on them.
Yeah, little diapers
in
on
a fish tank, and these things were so old they had like really, really old locks on them and stuff from the original owners and stuff. These things have been passed down, generations.
Yeah, Pickled Punk. Very funny name for dead fetus.
Yeah. So he finally gave me one as a little present.
Little Pickled Peterson.
Well, that's where this gets interesting, by the way.
Oh, Jesus. So you found it was bringing you bad luck. As you had it hanging around your neck when you went surfing.
No, I thought it couldn't hurt to bring it back and give it back to the owner.
Take it back.
So it's been just kind of laying
Mr.
around.
Mr. Hanalei give you directions to the cave?
Right.
And then what happened with Tiki? Your TV dad took it and wore it around his waist, and
Well, I had a discussion. With Vincent Price, and
yeah, Vincent Price.
He was in that episode.
We all went to a luau.
I do nothing wrong.
Remember that? Do nothing wrong.
So,
it is taboo.
So I brought it back in.
Yeah.
And it ended up in a box because no one really wanted to look at it. And then, this place is kind of cluttered, and it was just forgotten about.
Yeah, I definitely did not want to look at that thing anymore.
So the box was moved to this office that Anthony and I don't use.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened? Sorry, Danny. Getting back to you finally.
That's all right. So Mars opens it up, sees that it's indeed a fetus in a jar, and doesn't remember that you had brought this in and spoke about it on the air.
Fetus in a jar.
So he proceeds to freak out and grabs Poe and brings him in to ask him.
Poe
if
wrestled it to the ground.
It's real, if it's fake. They're freaking out. Poe wants to call the police. And,
oh my God!
No. So Mars finds us in the back office because he had to go get something, and he looks into the box, and there's the pickled punk. And
Did they ever hear us talking about this thing?
That's why I'm surprised.
Jesus.
And then Master Poe got involved, and then Bruce, who runs the New York facility, got involved, and they're all just staring at it.
Master Poe put a little ghee on it, taught it a few kicks.
So then what happened there, Danny?
Well, apparently some calls were made down to Washington.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, boy, here we go again.
That's all Washington needs now with phone calls. Oh, what's the problem? Equipment things? No, there seems to be a fetus here.
In a jar. In a mayonnaise jar.
Oh, God.
Looks like it might have been born this week. Great.
Oh, boy.
And no one could figure out if it was real or fake. And Mars decided that he just had to find out for himself.
No way.
Yep.
Are you kidding?
Put on a glove, cracked it open, and started poking it.
Why would you open that? That hasn't been opened in decades.
Yeah, and
Probably 90 years.
If you look at it, it looks like it's plastic.
Yeah.
So
he poked it and realized it is real.
Indeed, it was. Well, he was telling me that the night before he was in
what
bed.
What does it feel like?
And he couldn't fall asleep.
Oh, my God, I might puke.
Oh.
Holy, it just hit me.
Oh, what did it feel like?
Oh, my God. Oh.
Like a raw chicken leg.
Dude, look at my arm.
Where it kind of skin moves around a little on the bone.
Yeah. It takes a lot to get me skeeved. I just like, wow. That was the beginnings of a puke.
That is really
He was telling me the night before he was just thinking about whether it was fake or not, and he just could not fall asleep, and he was just saying to himself, all right, tomorrow I'm just going to go in, I got to touch it.
You will be molested. You will be molested.
You had to touch it?
Yeah.
So he's poking at it?
Yeah, if we want, I guess we could ask him what it felt like if you guys want to know.
What does a pickled punk feel like?
I just like the way Danny tried to direct the show. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Guys,
are you kidding me? Guys, get him in here.
You
And
bring him right in. It's a good point, young
with
man.
all the other interns laughing.
Well, he hasn't.
They revel in others' failure.
He hasn't seen Ben in 3 hours. He figured, what the hell? I'll give it a shot.
I like the fact that young Danny and his new Carmine Ragusa hair. So what'd you do when you found the pickle punk? Did you slide on the floor and sing Rags to Riches? Wow.
Mars is in the studio.
How you doing?
So, are you on?
I don't know. I hear myself.
Talk again, Mars.
Hello.
Yeah, he's on.
They're a little low. I
low
want to
than I
adjust
can
that
hear.
mic.
Okay.
No, not your headphone volume.
I know.
Silly. So what happened? You found the pickled punk in the back office?
Yeah. And the thing was that I didn't know how it got there. I
You
never heard
never
that part
heard
of the
us talking about the pickled punk on the show? And,
Unfortunately, did not. So my concern was that someone dropped it off maliciously because maybe we're making jokes of Lacey Peterson and her little
so someone dropped off the pickled punk. I'm wondering how long it took the pickled punk to fill out all the paperwork.
And Poe taking pictures of it.
It actually started when it was in the guy's balls. It went through the whole pregnancy and the abortion and the formaldehyde. You forgot to sign here, little thing.
And what kind of ID did the pickled punk actually have for Poe?
I need a photo ID. Gentlemen. Yeah.
All right, so?
So after that, first thing I did, of course, was pull Paul over, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know if that's real," and I kept saying that it is real, and then I spoke to Bruce as well, and
you found out it was real by poking it.
Well, actually, you can tell it's real. I've seen one of those in Germany when I was in Germany.
Really?
And and it looks very real.
But you still had to poke it.
Ultimately, to actually really find out if it was real.
Well,
actually,
what part of the body did you poke?
The head.
Oh, of course.
The head.
That's good.
That's
did it go
good.
back into the left?
Jesus, you're poking the head of a fetus. That's real smart.
Well, I had to find out. Again, like I said, I had no knowledge that it was here before, so I thought it was a malicious act. So I noticed that it was very, very detailed. Saw the genitals. It's a little girl.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So why did you take it out of the jar?
No, I did not. I moved the jar around.
You wanted to see its genitals. That's why you touched it.
Oh,
you didn't poke the head. You opened the legs.
You sicko. Has a little tiny anus.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
keep talking.
All the details of that. Sure, why not?
I love this story.
So,
so was it preserved in Jesus juice?
Actually, I was trying to smell
I never touched that fetus.
the formaldehyde, but it's not too much of a strong smell. Formaldehyde is
shots?
more of an alcohol-based.
Imagine that.
But you lost sleep the night before you decided to molest this thing?
Well, the thing was that some of my higher-ups thought that everybody wanted me to believe that it was fake, and I was determined to prove that it was real.
Oh, it's real.
Yeah,
Scalpel?
it's real. It's absolutely real.
You should take a bite out of it. You sink your teeth into like halfway through the head and just bite through the ears and the bridge of the nose. And you chew it.
Oh, my God, stop.
it.
You know the stench that would come off of that into your mouth and your molars?
Cook it up like hot wings.
No, you just eat it raw.
Just
See it
take
looking
a
up at
bite.
you.
She wasn't aborted.
It would come. You know what it would come apart like? I don't know how many people will get this reference, but remember when Damone went to visit his pal there, Rat, in the restaurant when he was on the date, and he bit into that thing at the table. He goes, "Hey, Rat, how you doing? Yeah, I come here all the time." And he bit that thing, and it kind of popped, and water shot out of it.
Oh, my God.
Hey, you forgot your wallet. You forgot your abortion over my...
Well, Dr. Mars said that the tiny anus appeared to be of normal size and consistency, and he's saying that it wasn't aborted. How did you know it wasn't aborted?
Well, I think it's not aborted because you will see bruise on the fetus if it was aborted. And there are no bruises on the fetus.
Except for the finger marks you put in its head.
Now it probably has bruises.
But isn't it gray?
No, it's
whitish.
It's white.
The whitish, so it doesn't really have any pigment on it.
It's well preserved. It's it's disgusting.
Ugh, sandwich.
So then what happened? What did you guys decide to do?
So ultimately, what happened was
let's drop it out the 5th floor window.
Splat.
We spoke
along
to
with our careers. Splat.
We spoke to DC, and they wanted to ask one of you guys, but you guys were on vacation. We didn't bother you.
Busy on a cruise ship.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be bothered with dead fetus questions.
So when I come in on Monday, the first person that I see is Steve, and I says, "Hey, Steve, by the way, there was a box in the back," and he says, "Oh yeah, the fetus."
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh, you know about it?" And he said, "Yeah, it's been with us all this time," and he explained the story to me about Andy Gore and all that good stuff.
What happened to the fetus?
It is still in Opie's office.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, why don't you give it back? That's just
Get that thing
I've been
out
trying,
of here.
but
Get that goddamn thing out of here. Give it a proper burial.
They won't let
Take
me
it out on a boat off of Modesto and drop it in the water.
They won't let me travel with it or anything.
So why? Because you got to pay for another ticket?
So
he's afraid it will break in his bag. You pull out a duffel bag, the fetus is stuck to the back of one of your books.
Oh, God.
See, one of its little feet has fallen off.
He's got the iPod headphones on.
That'd make a great commercial. All right, well, thanks.
You're welcome.
Mars.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Thanks, Danny.
Poking. Poked his head. The whole head's a soft spot, isn't it? On something that age, that old.
Oh, you did not come back. He's been doing it. He's been doing that to you for 6 months.
Walking back. I'm going to poke him in the head.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Removing the curse of the pickled punk, yes.
Ah, right.
We have a whole discussion on this pickled punk that Andy Gore gave me personally because I said I had a fascination for pickled punk, so he decided to give me one as a present.
You still have this thing?
But
why? Oh, I got you now.
Yeah.
Oh. No, I thought you said Spite, I'm okay. I thought you said Spite, I'm okay.
Here's the bit where we talk about removing the curse of the pickled punk.
Yeah.
So hit it.
Here's Opie and Anthony when they're not awful.
Okay, terrific.
The worst of Opie and Anthony.
No more of that. It's bad for you.
Let's go to Yukon the trucker. Yukon.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Hey, Yukon.
Hey, I want to know, Opie, at what time did you bring that pickle punk to the studio?
The punk has been here almost since day one. Pretty much the first or second week I brought it back. I brought it back in from my house.
Okay, I was just thinking that maybe it was Jinx in the studio. Maybe you should get tapping and knocking his 9 toes to pedal down the DC with his Flintstone feet.
I completely agree that the pickled punk is disrupting my life.
It's jinxing.
And now I think it's disrupting the life of everyone in the New York facility.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm getting a lot of people asking about the pickled punk. They want to take it off my hands.
Ooh, can you just give it away?
I don't know.
That's... Ugh.
Shouldn't we get some kind of one of those people with like
an exorcist?
Something, like maybe somebody with a crystal ball or something.
Some kind of voodoo?
Yeah, maybe read the palm of the pickled punk, see what life it was supposed to have.
I think some type of decent burial is in order for the pickled punk.
Nope.
No?
Nope. I'm not taking a chance.
Well, on what?
It might need a Christian, burial or something.
Like you figure if you just bury it, it'll be haunting?
I don't know what religion it is.
I don't know either.
I really think the only solution to the pickled punk thing is to have Andy Gore come back and get it.
And claim it?
Yes.
He really jinxed you by giving it to you, because now I think maybe he had a problem with it, identified it as the Jinx pickled punk, and gave it to you. And now, how do you get rid of it? How do you dispose of a fetus?
I think if you give it back to the person who gave it to you, then all
is that
good.
What you're saying?
All
you're making
good.
It's never that easy in movies. It's never that easy. You can't just give... Once you give somebody a bad luck thing, it's not as simple as just going, hi, I'm returning this, thank you.
Why not?
Because you got to go through some ritual or some very difficult thing or activity, or go to some strange, faraway place that's dangerous to get to. That's the only way you can cure that. Like the Brady Bunch, we were talking about the tiki idol. They couldn't just put it back. They had to give it Mr. Hanalei and had to tell him to go to the cave, and Vincent Price was there. And it's very dangerous for the kids.
But how about we burn something in all the corners of the room?
Like sage?
Is that the thing they burn?
I think they burn sage.
But it has to be burned in every corner of the room. You can't just walk around the place with sage burning. You have to burn it into each corner of the room.
You know that.
I do some of that reading sometimes.
What the hell? You burn it in the corner of a room?
Yeah, it gets rid of the badness.
I thought you just had to wave it around.
No, you don't just wave sage around.
What do I know? I'm learning something new here.
Of course not. You burn it and then you make sure it hits every corner of the room. Well, someone will back me up on this one.
I'm not denying it. I'm just saying I don't think that'll work unless you get rid of the pickled punk first in the appropriate fashion.
I think as soon as we get rid of the pickled punk, all is going to be good with the show.
Could you imagine you get rid of it and everything miraculously just works here in the studio? Oh. All of a sudden we're not butting heads with anybody at XM anymore. Everything is fine with the world. You got to get rid of that thing.
I blame it on the pickled punk.
It is the pickled punk. That nasty little face. Rrr. What do we do?
Give
it back.
I think we just give it back.
But there's got to be some kind of ceremony.
I think we give it back with some kind of ceremony with maybe some sage burning in the corners of the room.
Burning sage in the corners of the room.
Yep.
Give it back. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, the sage, you kind of sold me with the sage. Because I'm thinking you can't just give it back, but a little say, but there's something missing.
I think we need to all come into work one day with robes, with hoods, maybe like a robe with a purple hood, and then we all just walk around the stage.
Something like that.
And you guys will follow me. Whoa, turn the lights back on. You're freaking me out, man.
Scaring me.
Holy shit.
They're turning the lights down.
And I didn't even know you were turning the lights down. I'm like, what the fuck is going on in here?
Yeah, okay. All right, sage. Hoods. But there's no real element of danger involved. Usually there's some kind of danger that has to be involved when returning these evil things. Getting rid of it.
Well, we could all, like, I don't know, eat pea soup and see what happens.
See if we vomit it back up.
See if someone's head starts spinning around the room.
In evil fashion?
No, we're all going to get robes with hoods.
Yeah.
With some kind of weird, like...
an emblem?
Some kind of weird emblem.
That's just silly.
That might be either good or bad. We don't even know, you know?
Like the Druids?
Maybe with, like, some kind of a star, like a half moon.
Half moon?
Half moon, a star, and a plus sign.
Nope. Plus sign. No pentagram, though.
No.
No evil.
No, because we all know what that is.
Yeah.
It has to be some kind of emblem. You really don't know what it is.
Okay.
But you know it's going to work. And then you guys will have to follow me around the room as I'm burning the sage into each corner of the room.
How come we're involved in this? It's your punk.
Yeah, but obviously it's affected the show. It's affected this place. You know, people's lives are a little strange these days.
Now the punk has been touched, though, by Mars.
Yeah, that's not good, but
Now
I had nothing
what?
to do with that.
But
I had nothing to do with someone actually poking the pickled punk.
Poking it.
All
He
right.
might have been sleeping and stuff, and now you woke him up.
Hey, look, we're looking up emblems online. Yeah, I like that one. I like the cross symbol with like the noose at the top.
Is that called an Ankh?
I have no idea. How the fuck do you know it was an Ankh?
Forget Aristotle and fuck Socrates. Here comes Professor Anthony.
I just know it as a cross with like the like a noose thing at the top. And you know, do you know how to spell it?
No, I'm awful at spelling, Opie.
All right.
No, sorry.
All right.
That's one thing Professor Anthony needs to study, is his spelling skills. Thank God for spell check. God, did I used to get railed. When I used to have to write things. I use spell check now. I defy you to find misspelling in the past, even couple of years, I would say.
Well, I could break out the XM satellite radio contract. I think you barely spelled your name right.
Okay, I was probably drunk at the time.
All right, so
I understand. Years ago, I was, very bad, and when I had to write things, it's just awful. Now spell check is so easy. Just pop it right in there. It calls you an idiot, gives you the right spelling, you move on. You look like a genius.
All right, we got to figure out something with this pickled punk. It's obvious.
Yeah, I am a little frightened. It has really kind of put a damper on the show. Thank you. Why did you even ask for it? It's the worst thing you could possibly have is a fetus staring at you through a glass jar. It's cool if you go over what's his name, Andrew's house, and go on his tour of all of his pickled punks. But to have one, you don't want to have one.
No,
you walk through a freak show, you look at the bearded lady, you're not thinking of taking her home. You just kind of look at it, admire it as a freak, and move on.
And all kidding aside, a lot of bad things happened after I got the pickled punk.
Yeah.
So I'm partly serious here, by the way. I don't want to give you the laundry list, but it was a really bad 2.5 years.
But there's no guidelines as to what you do with it to get rid of any evilness that might be spread around. In the movies, it's easy. They go, and I'm reading in this book that you have to do A, B, C, D.
All right, well, why don't we go down to one of those ancient bookstores somewhere in the village?
And maybe talk to the person behind the counter, and they'll go,
who's been alive for like 400 years, but he still fits into society.
Right, very good. Ooh, that's mysterious. Yeah, and then maybe he could direct us to a book.
Yeah, a book that he has to go,
the Necromonicon.
Oh, I got just what you need, and he goes in the back, and all of a sudden comes out with this book with a leather case or something.
Necromonicon, yeah.
Yeah, and this goes, blows it off. And there's the title of the book. And it's perfect for our situation.
And then you thumb through
Pickled Punk Removal.
Pickled Punk Removal section. There's never it's never like that. It's never that simple.
I can't wait to start smoking pot again, because this sounds great.
It's like the old Asian guy in Gremlins downstairs.
Yeah.
You got to kind of,
But we
find
have
him
to go
in
to
an out-of-the-way spot.
We have to go to a bookstore somewhere. It's an out-of-place bookstore, but the guy has to have some kind of like long beard.
Long, weird beard.
Long, weird beard.
And it can't just be an old bookstore. It's got to be like an occult place, though, doesn't it? Where
No,
they sell, like,
that's
books and charms.
That's
No?
the beauty of it.
It could just be an old bookstore?
The Gremlins guy. He was just kind of in this cool little shop, and then it had that, yeah, exactly.
All right, so it's an old bookstore.
Yeah.
But it can't be like a Borders or something.
Nah.
It's got to be like an independent bookstore.
Independent.
You can't, like, go in there and get some coffee.
Yeah, no, an independent
Sit down.
bookstore that might have some children's books off to the side a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, just a little bit, just to create the illusion.
Oh, that
and you
it's
might be
legit?
using this bookstore for other things.
But then what's, like, the secret word to let the guy know, look, we need a little more than what you're showing out here?
A scar on my body.
What? I don't even... What?
Some kind of scar on my body.
And you show it, and he goes, oh, I got what you need.
Exactly.
And he goes around back.
And he's been waiting a very long time for me to show up. Like his whole life
isn't gonna work.
His whole life has been just waiting for this moment where I show up to show the scar.
What scar do you have?
I don't know. I got like this. I got a really bad scar from when I was a kid where I tried to open an orange juice can.
That isn't it. You mean that back then you were opening an orange juice can and that was sealing your fate back then?
Who knows? Now I'm starting to think.
It has to be something
and I
odd.
I tried
and
to push the lid
strange.
down and the edge of the orange juice can almost took my whole thumb off. Look, it's still there 20 some odd years later.
Dude, that means nothing. It would have to be some kind of strange occurrence. If the orange juice lid mysteriously flung off the counter and zipped like a saw blade into your finger, that's one thing. You're opening up a can as a kid, and that's putting this high sign scar on your thumb to show the guy in the shop?
I believe it set me down the road, and it brought us to this moment.
You're going to put your thumb up, and he's going to be like, yeah? What can I help you with, sir?
You know what? I never really noticed what this scar spells out or something. Maybe we should get a little ink and I'll press it down on a piece of paper to see what it's all about. By the way, that's going to be my new autograph when we go out.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Just going to dip it in ink and,
yeah.
and give a thumbprint of your
Because now this scar, because we've talked about it on the radio, is very famous.
We have learned that if you talk about something, it gets famous.
How many people are going to ask me to see the scar now? Let
me see the orange juice.
When we're out and about.
There it is, the orange juice can scar.
All right, so you're with me or what?
No, not with the scar. I was with it. I'm feeling it because I want to get rid of this too. But the scar thing.
All right, what are you feeling? Are you feeling like some weird emblem thing on our purple ropes?
Ooh, that's good. No, because we got to walk into the place and have some kind of weird emblem. Maybe something around your neck, like a necklace thing or a ring or something that.
I got this cool thing on this cool cross thing that I wear all the time.
It's a cross.
Which, by the way, I've been walking around Manhattan and really bothering people. I just will hold it up and go, for the Pope, for the Pope.
Really?
Yeah.
And they look at you like you have three heads.
Yeah. This pot thing's going to work out just nicely.
You think it's going to be good?
Yeah. I got to start smoking that pot again.
I'm thinking a ring. Some kind of ring that you got to give the guy something, and he sees the ring and goes, oh, okay.
Like a decoder ring?
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe I have something in my apartment that is the missing piece of some kind of...
Right.
Some kind of ancient puzzle.
Well, somebody has it in their possession, of course, because fate would have delivered it to you years ago for just this moment. Unlike your stupid orange juice can scar, it would actually mean something.
So I should look for some kind of...
Have you come across any piece of jewelry or something with an emblem on it that you probably would like, why am I keeping this? I should throw it away, but you just keep it, and it's a little weird.
Well, I got a shark tooth necklace when I was in the Bahamas over vacation.
Yeah, that's... no.
Seemed like just a thing to buy, but maybe that was it.
You know what probably would have been it? That finger bone necklace that you got years ago.
Dude, that's buried.
You buried it where?
In my parents' backyard.
See, you got to dig that up.
No way am I digging that up.
That
no
to the bookshop. Of course, it makes total sense now. It was always the finger bone.
I had a human finger bone necklace,
right.
Yes, that Chuck Farnham gave me.
Chuck Farnham was selling these things. He actually went to...
I know exactly where that is.
A supplier.
I did bury that.
Of bones, of human bones. He called it cannibal ware. And Opie, in his sick fascination, once again decided he was going to get one of these things. He wore it for a while, but noticed it stunk. He would sit doing the radio show, sniffing this thing all day. To my disgust, he'd hold his finger bone up to his nose and just, he'd be sniffing it all day long.
Maybe it's the missing bone that brings some kind of skeleton to life.
Ooh. Now you're getting a little far-fetched.
Why not?
You think that would be it? But I think it's the bone that you have to wear around your neck to show the guy at the bookstore that's going to then let him know what we need to get rid of the bad karma and the fetus, the pickled punk. I think you got to dig up the finger bone. You know where it is?
Yeah, I do.
It's still got the leather around it?
It's kind of buried in, like, the pet cemetery section of our backyard.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, great. You could dig up a cat bone and by mistake. The guy's going to go, that's a cat bone. I can't help you.
It could be, I think it's buried close to one of my cats that we buried, or one of the goldfish we lost.
Did you bury it with the rawhide that tied around your
Oh,
neck?
yeah.
So
yeah,
the whole thing is buried. Did you put it in a box, or did you just bury it in the dirt?
No, man. Let nature take
dirt?
its course.
All right. Well, it could still, I don't think it decomposed that fast. How long ago did you bury it?
Dude, that's years ago, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
Probably 3, 4, maybe?
Oh, at least.
Could be 5 years ago?
I think it's 5 years.
Dude, you got to dig it up now and put it around your neck, and we got to go to the bookstore.
Imagine I walk in with, like, my hair all askew like Ben, and I got this necklace around my neck that says rotting and dirty and.
But that'll tip him off.
Little maggots crawling all over it.
And it makes sense because it's not easy. All right, it's not all that difficult, but it's not something sitting around like the scar on your thumb. You got to go back. You got to find where you buried it. You got to dig up this thing that's been gone for years now. It's a human bone, buried. Dig it up. Put it back around your neck. Now we got to go to the bookstore. Now it's all coming together. This makes sense now.
So the guy is going to recognize the bone necklace?
He'll see the bone necklace. Then he'll know what our problem is because this whole thing is tied together.
So then he'll get that book that no one has really looked for.
Right. And then in there will be the instructions how to get rid of this pickled punk and the bad luck that it has brought. This is beautiful. This is going to work. All right, dig it up. When are you going out?
What if I can't find it?
You have to.
All right, I
will always find it in the movies.
I will try to find the bone necklace.
Find it.
Opie Potter will be out on Long Island this
our
weekend.
Only hope.
Can we see the pickled punk today?
No, I don't want to look upon it. I don't want to look upon it
I just want to make sure
anymore.
Mars didn't, wreck it by poking it too hard.
Dude, don't look at it. Leave it sealed up in the box. Is it still in the box? Do not gaze upon it.
I don't think it's cool that we disrespected the pickled punk.
What's this we shit? I didn't touch it. I want whatever's in charge of the pickled punk to know. No, get it out of here.
Dude, you're suffocating
it.
Let it breathe.
No.
Let the pickled punk breathe.
No.
Let it see the light.
Why are you doing this?
What?
Get it out of here.
Why is it sealed up like that? Are you guys sending it to the FBI?
It's got a rubber band around the box. It says punk this side up with an arrow. What disrespect.
The punk has to see. Has to see.
Oh, God. No. No. If he sees, then he does. Put the punk back. It's in a box. For some reason, though, it's got this mystic rubber band around it that holds in. It's able to hold him in. Usually
holds in all the goodness.
It's some chain with an ancient lock of, something that holds it in, and if you take that off, then the evil gets out. This is a rubber band from the supply closet.
Shouldn't it be some kind of ancient lock where only one person has the key?
Dude, that should be in some crafted wooden box with carved emblems on it. With some weird lock that's ancient golden lock with a key that is only held by the high priest of blah, 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 blah.
Who could just be one of our interns, and we didn't know he was a high priest.
It's in a goddamn iPod box with a rubber band around it. What? No wonder it's pissed.
We stink as being sorcerers.
Years ago, for years, this thing has been on this earth. This punk, we've been told, could be. It's at least 90 years old. Could be over 100 years old. And it's been here on this earth. Think of where it's been, what it's seen, what it's been contained in, and it ends up in 2005 in a cardboard box with a rubber band around it, of course it's pissed. We're not giving it the respect it deserves.
That's why I think we have to get it out of the box immediately.
No.
Immediately.
Look,
and let
keep it in the box.
Let it get some sunlight today.
It's pissed off, but you got to leave it where it is. You don't just pull it out all pissed. We got to figure. You got to dig up that bone. You got to go. We got to go to the bookstore.
Where's the bookstore?
I don't know. That's the part of the mystery. We're going to be going into 10 bookstores and go hello to the counter guy, and he's going to be like, "Can I help you?" And then you'll just tap the bone with your finger.
Are the Hardy Boys still working?
Perhaps you haven't seen this around my neck, sir. That's lovely. What can I help you with? Yeah. What? How? I will be so disappointed if somebody doesn't look upon that bone around your neck and go, "Oh, I know what you need," and I just know it's not going to work because shit like this never works.
Maybe we should just, I don't know, to finish this up, maybe we should just come up with our own ceremony and hope for the best.
It's got to be based on something, though. It's got to be based on some ritual that's tried and true. It's got to be some kind of burial ritual.
I think, I don't want to keep, pounding this into the ground, but I think we have to give it back to Andy Gore with some kind of ceremony.
Right. Okay.
You have to give it back to that. I can't take the responsibility of thinking it needs a burial.
Right. No, I agree with you on that, but this needs to be some type of ceremony, whether it was a burial ceremony or some other kind of a passing of the
Somewhere along the line, the link was broken.
Right.
So the link was broken when Andy Gore gave it to me.
Right.
So I have to give it back to Andy Gore.
The punk belongs to certain people. It's their fate to possess the punk throughout history. Andy, of course, is one of those people that is meant to possess the punk. You, on the other hand, were not.
Obviously.
You weren't meant to.
So we bring it back to Andy.
So Andy gets it
and then he'll
back.
find the next person that was really supposed to have this thing.
Right. Or actually, it just happens. Like, how did Andy get it?
I don't know.
Do you remember? You didn't even get a history of this punk before you got it? You're taking possession of something that's probably a century old,
dude,
and you didn't get a history like, all right, where did it come from?
It's not even a good pickled punk.
Shh. It's a fine punk. It's a fine punk. Shh. Landrew will hear you. There are witches. There are witches. Love that Star Trek. That's like 2 episodes, but... Landrew will hear you. It's a wonderful punk.
Someone's suggesting we bury the punk next to Chester.
No, Chester isn't buried. Chester is cremated in an urn, by the way. And for you people that are keeping track, my ex-mother-in-law has kept Chester's ashes, and when she passes, she has told people she wants the ashes buried with her. There you go.
All right. Someone wants Pat from Moonachie to drive it down to Louisiana. Someone wants to know if Andy Gore's been having good luck ever since he gave me the punk. Someone is saying give the punk a proper burial. And, of course, Pat from California, send the punk to Scott Peterson.
Oh, Jesus. He knows how to get rid of him. Melanie from Cleveland says, don't go digging up any bones. I'll write a spell for you. It will take care of everything. And, yes, you can find spells and witchcraft books at Porter's. Or go to a metaphysical shop. A few candles, a spice, and a chant, and it will be okay.
What kind of
Melanie's
spice?
A little witch.
Is it sage?
Yeah, what am I going to use? A little cinnamon?
If you guys want to send
oregano.
Oregano. Take the fetus. Now add a little oregano. This is going to be wonderful. We're going to get rid of all the evilness that has entered your life. Take this now a little cumin and some cinnamon on here. Wonderful. Now whisk the little guy up with some... What spice do you use?
Yeah, you can't just...
Now put the blender on frappe.
I got a really good spice that makes your pizza taste really good.
Oh, maybe that'll work.
It's kind of like I think it's called like a pizza
When you take the bite out of the head that Jimmy described yesterday, that's tasty.
It has a little red pepper in it, and a little oregano, and some other things.
I don't think we'll be putting any
Well, if you guys
spices.
want to send in your chants, maybe we could pick the best one.
A chant?
Is that what she said, or...
Yeah, do a chant. Someone says, Rev from Whackbag, I'll be seeing Andy at the end of the month. at the Chiller Theater Convention.
That's all well and good, but I'm not trusting anyone else.
Because if you'd like, I'll personally deliver
No.
it to him. You know that I know him, and I'm a faithful O&A fan. I wouldn't lie to you. No, we understand, and I would truly trust Rev to do this, but I don't think that works, because then it would be Opie breaking the chain by giving it to Rev, who then gives it back, so Rev gets rid of the bad luck, but Opie still has it because you broke the chain.
And what if Rev is crossing the street and all of a sudden just kind of trips?
Oh, boy.
Hey, it happens.
Splat.
Exactly. By
How
the
do you
way,
clean that up?
the punk is now breathing nicely.
God damn it, I looked at it! You motherfucker.
It's, you know where those seats where the listeners kind of take a look at us as we broadcast our show? The pickled punk is sitting up nice. All is good with the world, at least for this moment.
Oh, God, could you please get rid of that thing? Oh, my God. Why did you take it out of the box?
It had to get...
Put it back in the box.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Gang, no surprise here.
Now's the proper time,
This
see?
is the proper time to tell everyone that this is the whole day where Andrew Gore took back the pickled punk.
Yeah.
A lot of people were expecting some kind of a ceremony or something, and know what happened? Hey, pickled punk, here. Take it.
Yep.
That was it.
And he took it with his allegedly big cock and those two hot chicks.
Katie Ketchup and Jungle Jim Kim.
Oh, yeah, okay.
God, how hot are those two? It bugs me.
Hopefully we had some funny things to say during this segment.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit back and listen.
He's up on the gay shit.
Oh, Jim.
The worst of Opie and Anthony.
Old friend in studio, guys. Andy Gore, I'm sorry to make you wait, Andy.
Hey, no problem.
We haven't even really taken any breaks today on this show. It's very strange. We've only taken 2 breaks for some reason. Just nonstop banter.
Banter.
Goofy banter.
Good fun banter.
Chit-chat. You're in town for something?
Yeah,
Probably,
I just
right?
got done doing the Chiller Theater.
Yes.
Or TV Expo.
Who was there? I love hearing the list of celebrities that show up.
The regulars. Lou Ferrigno was
Lou
there.
Ferrigno.
The Incredible Hulk.
Of course.
Stepped on my toe.
Did he?
Yeah, by accident.
Probably heard.
Made the good story, though.
You yelled ow and you didn't hear it?
Didn't hear, huh? What?
He blew off our show. We were supposed to interview him.
Yeah, from New Orleans, I think.
We have a brilliant booker that's helping out this program. They book an interview with Lou Ferrigno while we're at Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
The loudest place on earth. We can't even hear ourselves think, and we're gonna interview a guy that has problems hearing.
That's Steph. Yeah.
So
he never called, so
no,
we
he
never
blew
had
us
to
off.
go through that hell. Who else is over there?
They had
Linda Blair?
Nah, she
Usually
wasn't
shows
there
up,
this
no?
time. Nah, they had Tanya Harding was there.
Tanya Harding.
Tanya Harding was there. Yeah.
For what?
She's basically, I think they just brought her in as like an oddity.
Yeah, most of it is like for horror movie stuff.
Yeah,
and things,
you know,
but they bring in these.
They bring in like some fringe actors from like Conrad Brooks from Plan 9, this obscure little film from the 50s, and
of course,
he's milking his 9 lines.
Yeah, they get like women. I saw a couple of women that were in like as a peripheral character in a Twilight Zone episode. And they show up, and they're signing things. And
What horror film has Tanya Harding done besides Jeff Gillooly chasing her with that monster cock?
Those cone titties.
She ballooned up. She's getting a little big, huh?
I didn't even get to see her. I was so busy up in the booth.
Yeah.
I didn't get down.
She's doing some of that boxing now.
But she was there. I got signed.
People are going to smack you in the head. Okay.
Just trying to get the last bit of goodness.
Yeah, everyone knows that you're trying to get the last bit of goodness. I read it on instant feedback every time you eat.
Oh, and
knock it off.
But when you guys eat, it's not a problem.
There you go.
Jim starts every show with a mouthful of food.
I can't help it. I'm hungry, and I get nervous.
I get scared. God damn it, you're going to...
You never travel alone. That's why I like you.
No.
Yes, now, who are the lovely ladies?
Lovely
I
ladies.
recognize one girl from last time.
This is Katie Ketchup.
Hello, Katie.
Katie Ketchup. She has a ketchup fetish.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, she's all about her ketchup.
Look, she's got ketchup
Hold
tattoos.
on. Andy, we love you,
That's
but
pretty cool,
give her, give her a mic.
You got to step up to a
She's
mic.
got I mean, her name's Katie Ketchup, and she has a ketchup fetish. I'm like, whatever. But then she shows us she's got a lot of work on her arms, tattoos and stuff, and she's got a tattoo of a ketchup bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd put ketchup on almost everything, and so I got a ketchup bottle right there, and it has the rays like that are around the Virgin of Guadalupe.
Right. So that is like your Virgin of Guadalupe.
Yeah, it's my sacred bottle of ketchup.
You're an odd bird.
That is
Thank
something.
you.
What?
You're
is
way
there-
too hot to have a ketchup fetish.
I like that.
Is there anything you wouldn't put ketchup on?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Penis.
Chocolate.
Chocolate. Ice cream?
Yeah.
What would you think is the oddest thing you've put ketchup on?
Chicken.
Chicken.
That's not that crazy.
It's almost
though.
like a barbecue sauce
Yeah.
type thing, but it's not normal. Yeah, most people wouldn't do that.
Macaroni and cheese.
It's not
Mac
a
and
sexual
cheese.
fetish. It's just like an obsession.
It's an obsession.
It's an obsession. Like somebody went out and got her a hamburger the other day and came back and she was like, "Did you get ketchup?" And they had like six little things of it. She was like, "That's not enough." And she like ran downstairs to the restaurant and got like a tub of it. And
Like
it
you
was
really
like
drench it in ketchup?
I mean, it was like a big.
Why ketchup?
It was almost like an OCD.
I
Like
just I
tweet.
liked it ever since.
I mean, we all
little
love
kid.
ketchup.
I do. I'll say it.
Yeah, sure. So if you have a burger, how many of those little packets do you need?
It depends on the size of the burger, but usually I need at least 6.
6?
Mhm.
Just so it's running out the sides and
6
everything.
isn't a lot.
Well, I put it in a pile and then I dip the
I
burger
dip.
in because I don't
Oh,
like it.
I'm
getting
all
over
about
my
the
clothes.
dip.
Right.
Because it
I got
starts crawling down your arms and stuff.
Yeah,
leaking
I
down
don't
your
like
arms.
perfect
soggy
sense.
food.
I'm a dipper with my
Me
burgers
too.
now.
After 2 bites, your arm looks like the inside of a boat in Modesto.
Yes, it does.
A ketchup fetish. I never heard of that before.
Total ketchup freak. It's awesome.
That's
To the
something.
point she's got the tattoo.
That's a commitment to ketchup.
Yep.
Once you start tattooing yourself with them.
And there's another lovely gal over there who I didn't meet last time.
No, she's
Not that I'm
a good
hitting
girl.
on her, of course.
Oh no.
Unless she's got low self-esteem, then I am.
No, come on up. This is Jungle Jim Kim. She works for me. She's one of the
And
new
she
girls.
loves mustard.
Yes, she does.
Wouldn't that be a weird little twist in this whole thing?
Right. They can battle it out.
How do you feel about mustard?
How do I feel about mustard?
Yeah.
No.
Me?
Yeah.
I like it sometimes.
Yeah?
Mhm.
But not like ketchup.
Nah, just a little bit here and there.
All right. Mayonnaise?
I don't really care for mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Barbecue sauce?
Yes, I like barbecue.
Yeah, it's close to ketchup, right?
Close
That's fine. I hear you.
You like tomatoes?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's a whole tomato.
Green
thing.
ketchup?
No.
That's odd.
Purple?
No.
What's your favorite ketchup? I'm a big Heinz 57. I'm not a big fan of Hunt's.
I like Heinz.
I would think if she tattooed Heinz on
Oh, I
her-
didn't notice.
Yeah.
I don't like the Hunt's. It annoys me. Doesn't taste like good ketchup.
I
That's
know.
just
Trying
me.
to
Heinz
sound
is the
like
best.
Heinz.
What's that?
Hunt's was like trying to sound like Heinz, I think.
Yeah.
Like, get me some Heinz ketchup. Oh, I think you said Hunt's.
Hunt's.
You're such a hunt.
Very good.
That old gag.
And, well, we haven't met you.
Yeah,
Wait, miss, don't be shy.
Jungle Jim Kim.
Hi, Jungle Jim.
Jungle
Jim Kim.
Ooh,
I met this lovely young girl at a horror convention.
Horror, right?
Horror.
Yeah.
Horror.
You got my hopes up there.
Yeah, I know. In Baltimore. Yeah, about
Baltimore?
3 years ago. Baltimore.
Almerhan.
And I was just like,
Andy, you
wanted
got,
to screw her. So no.
Wow.
Yeah, I just thought she was really cute, and I talked to her. And
dude, you got some hot women that travel around.
Damn.
with you.
they just come.
How tall are you?
How tall am I? I don't know, 5'6", 5'7".
5'6", 5'7".
Yeah.
Brown hair.
Very sexy.
Very sexy.
A lovely
Oh,
gal.
thank you.
I think Andy Gore has a huge hog. This is really bugging me.
You think he keeps it in a jar of formaldehyde?
Yes, I do.
Next to his bed.
Do you get to have sex with these ladies? Andy?
No. I keep it on a professional level.
There you go.
That's gotta be tough, right?
Yeah.
It must,
it's difficult, but the problems with these girls is that they're smart and they're really good workers, and they work their ass off.
Then we better not talk to them anymore because we have really bad interviews with intelligent women.
Fold up.
Yeah. I mean, they're good. They're good workers. You know,
They must really draw in the people to
They
the
draw
booth.
in the people. They don't slack. I mean, I don't drive because I'm a fucking gimp, and they do all the driving and just work, 15-hour days with me and dress up and wear high heels and kill their feet all day long.
Yeah, very sexy outfits.
Yeah, and it's just, they're just a whole part of the show, of my show.
We'll get some images up on opieandanthony.com for later today.
Yeah.
So, Andy, what else is going on with you?
Nothing, just did that, Chiller Theater show where I set up, the Satan Sideshow and sold a bunch of, crap I made. And
you're okay with being away from home?
Yeah, well, this is my job, basically. It's like I'm touring, basically. That's what I look at it when I go do shows.
Right on.
So it doesn't freak you out or nothing?
No. It's kind of it's a pain in the ass, and hotel beds and fucking.
Yeah,
None of
for the new listeners, Andy's got some serious OCD issues as well.
Way OCD.
Hey, do you get one room together?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
So you get to see them walking around after they get out of the shower and stuff?
Yeah.
Little peek here and there.
A
like,
little peek.
Oops, I didn't know you were still in there.
A little peek.
Good life.
Huh?
You know,
That's a great life.
I'm you know, just chasing them around.
Your girls catch him jacking a little bit, maybe in the night. You hear.
Well, the special ones will get the naked dance. They will get the Andy Gordon naked dance.
Really?
Which is frightening with my Auschwitz chic physique.
You do the naked dance for them?
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I have not seen the naked dance yet, but
No.
apparently I'm going to be seeing that soon.
She needs to earn the naked
Well,
dance.
Ketchup Lady, what's the naked dance all about?
It's skinny and scary and
Does he have a big hog?
it's huge.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Is it really?
It's massive.
I was right.
Does he flap it around when he dances?
No, it's like a third leg.
Does he tuck it and go, oh?
Would you?
I come out doing the mangina and then just let it pop out like a turtle head.
There you
and
go.
it's awesome.
Hey, we
Turn
got-
around and show the fruit bowl.
Yeah.
We got Adam from PA on the line. He's got a good question. Adam, go ahead.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Hey, I wanted to ask Katie, have you ever put ketchup on a hot dog and have it scream at you?
Have you ever put ketchup on a hot dog and have it scream at you? The hot dog. They'll tend to do that if you're maybe taking acid or it's 1967.
No, it was there. Everything's been cool so
Yeah,
far.
cool. Yeah, maybe you have to put some relish and mustard on it. Ugh, that woman. We got to play that one of these days.
Yeah, we can play that
The last
again.
time we played
I
that.
love that thing. All right, so you brought some stuff, Andy? I know you brought something that was creeping some of the guys out.
Oh, he's having headphone problems.
Uh-oh.
Maybe the naked
All right,
dance.
calm down.
Here you go.
And
Okay.
the beauty of these girls, too, is if, like, one happens to get pregnant, you could just point at the jar and go, well, you know.
Yeah, another exhibit.
Yeah, I keep a baseball
There it
bat
is.
around.
Wow.
Every girl he gets pregnant, his inventory goes up.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's an abortion. We can write that off.
I just brought some stuff to give to Jim.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. It's
Yeah, a little
You gave me that one already.
I don't know.
Yeah, really? A couple years ago.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wait, it's
repeating myself.
Wait, explain it, Andy. It's the radio.
It's
a pillow.
It's a pillow, 2-foot tall pillow of a gentleman with elephantiasis of the balls.
He looks like he's what is it called? A hoppity hop or a hippity hop?
Yeah, totally, yeah.
Whatever they're called.
It looks like
he's sitting on one of those. Yes.
Yeah, like a producer for the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah.
But upside down.
Where did his schlong go?
What happens is all this is lymph. It's the clear stuff in your blood, and it like inflames the scrotum, and the penis recedes up into it.
And it could stretch out that big?
It could stretch out that big, yeah.
It's like, it's as big as like one of those workout balls you see.
Yeah,
in
it's
gyms and
huge.
stuff.
Yeah,
sitting on it.
It's a parasite that crawls in their ween when they're in the tropics.
I'm getting that horrible tingly feeling down
the
there.
blood all rushes to it.
Yeah.
no,
no,
wrong
not
feeling.
that one.
We'll put that in our office.
Oh, that'd be totally.
Yeah.
It's called
Yeah.
the layback on the sack.
All right.
Lay back on the
Very
sack.
good.
And what
That's
else?
nice.
Oh yeah, this is
We got something.
this is what Katie wants to give Norton.
What is it?
It's from Kim and I.
Ooh, from the girls.
From the girls.
Nice.
It's what I just made to go with
Oh,
his.
it's a coffee mug?
With
Ooh.
Ah.
How beautiful is that?
Who is it?
Ed Gain.
My first
Ed
name.
Gain, yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
He's a good one.
It has a picture of him in his red hat, which I love the color in the red hat, and it's got a beautiful upside down nude torso, which is sliced from crotch to back, and the little head seems to be missing.
Oh, turn that around. Let me see.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, look at that. Wow, that is really sick.
There was an interview I read about Ed Gain, and they asked him, what do you think when you see a pretty girl? I think it was Ed Gain, and he said, I wonder what it would be like to go on a date with them. And they said, well, what else do you think? He goes, wonder what their head would look like on a stick. That was the process of what he thought.
That's it. Go on a date, head on a stick.
You got to respect that.
You gotta.
This is fantastic. Thank you. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah,
nice.
sure.
Beautiful. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, so I've just been keeping busy making a bunch of new stuff.
Are you taking back my pickled punk, please?
Yeah, that is
Okay,
pretty much.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, we love having you on and stuff, and obviously you're here for the duration, I guess. But there is some business we must
There is
tend
some
to
business.
here. You had given Opie a pickled punk a couple of years back.
Genuine carnival pickled punk.
Yeah.
How old was that thing? We were trying to figure it out.
We were trying, probably from like 50s or 60s. It came out of Captain Harvey Boswell's Palace of Wonders.
What happened to Captain Harvey?
Captain Harvey recently, when probably died about 3 or 4 years ago, and I obtained his collection.
You obtained the collection.
Yes.
And then Opie was fascinated with these
Did he
things.
live a good life, and was he old and stuff, hopefully?
He was old and cranky.
All right, good.
You know, just old carny. And I got lucky and ended up getting the bulk of his collection.
Mm-hmm. Well, Opie got this pickled punk, and I don't know. It's a bad vibe around it. This thing has this negative vibe. We really don't like it.
Yeah, where is it?
Scary.
Please.
Yeah. And we figured the only...
I'm not touching it.
The only way...
I already gave up on it.
The only way we can cleanse ourselves of this is to just give it back to the person who it came from.
I'll drop it.
Don't unwrap it.
Oh, let me see the little fella.
Is it like you're seeing somebody after a long time,
like
an old friend?
Oh, it's just a baby.
Oh, they're saying,
Look at that.
The hot chicks love the pickled punk.
Honestly, I forgot how good that one was.
It's a really nice one.
With
I
the
gotta
missing
admit.
foot, too.
There's a missing foot?
I think one of the feet is missing.
Ooh. Perhaps he's a novelist that went driving
like
around.
Like a contortionist in that little jar.
Here, Andy.
Feetless.
I'm officially handing it back.
Here it is.
And Katie takes it.
Uh-oh. I think... No, give it back to Opie. You have to hand it directly to... What are you doing, Opie?
I believe... I'm with Anthony.
You have to hand it directly back to Andy.
First, you got to take a sip out of there.
Shots.
Here you go, Andy.
There it is.
All right.
That's the transfer.
All right. There you go.
There it is.
With no ritual or any of that crap.
Returned.
People suggested.
The pickled punk is now back where it belongs. He will rejoin his friends at Andy's.
Yes, he will be with all of his other pickled... God, it's a good one. Brothers and sisters.
It's a great one.
Yeah.
I got to tell you.
The jar has been opened, and someone did tap the top of his head.
I did hear that, and whoever did that, it's amazing.
It is amazing. Amazingly sick. Lunatic.
Look at that. It's awesome. I'm fascinated by
He's
these
digging
things.
it. See, now it's appreciated. Now it feels appreciated again.
I sleep around like 30 of these things.
I know.
I
saw your place, man.
But the big one.
The display and the lights and the fish tanks and the diapers. It's all amazing, Andy. I got to tell you.
I mean, next time you guys are in town in D.C., I mean, D.C. sucks, but whenever you're back there, you guys got to come by.
You guys really have to go by.
I would like to see it.
You got to go by his apartment. It'll be the whole show the next morning. There's so much going on in his apartment.
Well, that's good. Then
And there's
I'll
a lot
come in
more
and you guys can tell me how it was.
You got to go, Anthony.
Come on, Anthony. I want you to come over.
You wouldn't go at all?
No, I don't.
The Siamese twins and a fish tank with diapers on them?
You tell me about it.
With the cleft lip?
The cleft lip?
I'll see
Lion
some
Boy?
pictures.
You get to see Lion Boy?
Waterhead Seal Boy?
Seal Boy?
Waterhead Seal Boy, huh?
Yeah.
It has this worm body with like little flippers and like an alien head, and it was autopsied on the back of his head with like these big Frankenstein stitches. I mean, it looks like an alien.
Wow.
It's in this old medical jar with
old locks and
with
stuff.
old locks that the carnies would lock it down so
Old locks
nobody
and-
would steal it.
Yeah, and chains.
It's just vintage and it's pure carnival stuff. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
And this guy, man, he knows how to do it right. He's got the whole display of pickled punks. It starts off all nice and normal, and then the grand finale, and he has like like drapes or whatever on each tank.
Yeah,
Some kind of thing that covers up, and then he does the big reveal, and here's this one. You're like, ooh, and by the end you're just horrified. They get just scarier and scarier.
Yeah.
And he has the lights, coming up from the bottom of some of the tanks.
Good presentation.
Oh yeah, so the lights are reflecting all over the place, making it look even
You guys
creepier.
have fun. You tell me about it.
You should come.
I'll snap some pictures.
No,
I'll take a look. See.
Don't you have another pickled punk here today?
Yeah, well, I brought one to give you. No. This one.
Oh my God!
This one was made.
Is that? I hope that's in a jar of honey, man.
This is what's known. It's not a bouncer. Is a pickle punk that's made of rubber. That's what a lot of the older carnivals, because they couldn't get the real ones, so they would just make casts off the real ones.
Yeah.
So it's not a bouncer. It's a pseudo bouncer. It's made of resins. It was made by a friend of mine who used to work for a very famous toy company who just quit. And,
So that is not real.
No, this is not real, and I'll eventually be there in like beginning of production right now. I just have to get better jars for them and make a banner line.
What was used as a mold?
It was just sculpted. It was sculpted, from photographs.
The Peterson boy.
Looks like Rosie O'Donnell from the leg.
Yeah, nice. So if you can deal with this one,
well, I don't know.
Oh, is that going to give you?
Let me see. This
No,
thing.
if it's fake, even I'm fine with that.
Oh yeah, it's resin.
As long as it's fake, we don't open it.
What if he's just saying it's fake?
You can't. You can't open it.
What is it in? What kind of liquid?
I just think it's in. What did he put? I think he put in some kind of pickle juice and water, but he didn't use distilled water, so it smells really bad. And
let me take a look. See.
All right.
I mean, if you shake it, you can hear clunk.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Yeah, you can tell it's not real.
How can you tell?
Because it looks like it's modeled.
You're not tricking us, are you, Andy?
No, I wouldn't do that.
All right.
It looks sculpted. You could tell.
Does it?
Yeah.
Let me take a look.
Take a look.
I don't want to touch the jar.
I don't want to touch the jar either.
No, I mean,
Oh, Jesus Christ! He rolls the jar. Look, you could tell.
Yeah, you can tell. I mean, if you just compared it to.
Turn it around, you could tell. That's fetus ass, isn't I've seen my share of fetus ass, and
some hot fetus
that ain't
ass.
it.
Well, what we'll do is we'll keep that one.
Yeah, you can deal with that one.
It's like having an action figure around.
That's all it is. I figured.
That's fine.
All right, and Andy Gore's in studio. Anything else you got, Andy?
Yeah, I got a few other things. Just gave Norton some shirts, some
fantastic shirts, by the way. It says "My daddy touches me," and in parentheses, "but don't tell mommy."
And it's in a beautiful Walt Disney typeface.
Oh, let me see.
Look at that.
Yeah, it is. It's like that whole Disney font.
God.
And then also give him a youth size, just in case.
To put one on the little kids.
Now, Andy,
fellas.
they're cute shirts and all, but do people actually walk around wearing them, you think? You've seen them?
I'd walk around
Yeah.
that.
I'd like to see that.
Oh, my God. Make sure she, puts the shirt on. We get a picture of that for FoundryMusic.com and OpiateAnthony.com.
Would you? I have one of the most offensive shirts ever on my desk. I can't even say it. Can't even bring it home or nothing.
What's it say?
Someone sent it in?
Could you go grab it?
Go grab it, Hawk.
It's someone sent it to me. I think it's from T-Shirt Hell. They put out T-shirts. You ever see that site?
Yeah.
And there it is.
Wow. That is a classic. That is a classic.
It's a picture of Adolf Hitler.
Look, you're a reporter now, man.
I know. I'm just commenting what
this is what someone sent us.
It's a T-shirt, picture of Adolf Hitler, and in big letters it says, "Love him or hate him, Hitler killed a ton of Jews."
Who would walk around with that?
Who actually would walk around wearing that shirt? I got it in the mail here at the studio. It has not left the studio. I don't even want to throw it away because if someone goes through the garbage and sees that, I'm going to have to burn it.
I made one Hitler shirt in my day. It was Hitler, like a picture of him, and he had a milk mustache, and it said "Haben Milch" at the bottom, which has got milk.
Of course.
And I just thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, it just causes too much of an uproar.
Go figure.
It's just
That's
poking
the whole
a little
Hitler thing.
Just poking a little fun,
Strikes a nerve.
It's
when you wipe out half of Europe, they tend to get sensitive.
But,
touchy.
It's a little parody, And
the Opie and Anthony program. Or that stupid XM stinger they do. What is it?
XM 202.
The Jägermeister Music Tour.
Yeah, featuring Disturbed with special guest Blood Simple. Be there for a chance to win custom tour prizes from Schecter, Coffin Case, and Peavey.
Get tickets now at Ticketmaster outlets or online at Ticketmaster.com. For more tour information, visit JägermeisterMusicTour.com or Disturbed1.com.
Jägermeister. They're dedicated to music, not underage drinking. Brought to you by Jägermeister Liqueur, 35% alcohol by volume, imported by Sidney Frank Importing Company, New Rochelle, New York. Drink responsibly. Must be at least 21 to receive prizes. Prizes where permitted by law.
How would you like to have your toilet fixed by a plumber without a plumber ever coming into your house? Well, that would be called Plumber's Choice. And although you might like that, you wouldn't want them fixing your computer. However, I would like to suggest plumchoice.com. Make sure you spell it right. P-L-U-M, the word choice.com. And just like your toilet, when your computer gets backed up, you need a professional to fix it. They fix your computer online while you watch. It's all done over the internet. So if your computer's slow, has pop-ups, viruses, error messages, a sock stuck in it, oh, that would be the toilet. Call 888-PLUM-HELP. I used them. It was incredible. Went online, went right to the calendar page, made my appointment, which you can do 24/7, hooked up with my computer engineer, allowed them to come onto my computer, and together we've figured out the problems. Hey, just look at your XM receiver now for the website and phone number. PlumChoice.com. 888-PLUM-HELP. Remember, they can't fix your toilet, but they can analyze, correct, and fix your computer or network problems. PlumChoice.com. 888-PLUM-HELP.
Let's face it, men love sex. But condoms? No. If you can't find a condom that feels good, check out CondomExpress.com. CondomExpress.com carries over 100 styles of condoms. Ultra thin, extra large, ribs, flavors, you name it, they've got it. And they're all displayed with details on the website. O&A listeners, when you make a purchase, type in the promo code O&A and receive a dozen free condoms. Go to CondomExpress.com or call 800-57-CONDOM.
The Opie and Anthony Show. XM 202.
You gaseous windbag.
I am really.
Oh, just like a vacuum cleaner bag. It's all puffed up and full of air. Mess.
Speaking of fat people.
Oh, nice segue.
I was trying. I don't think it really worked. But fat people are not diseased.
Yeah, that was the subject of this bit.
Fat activists are upset with fat actress. With Rich Voss in studio, the guys comment on fatties and eating disorders get compared to drug addiction and alcoholism.
Just whenever Voss tries to sound smart, there's always a problem.
Yeah.
His little stiff claymation hands go straight. Let me tell you something. What? What? It's always some childlike observation.
Childlike.
It really is.
It's all his mind could really wrap around.
You know, really, if you drink too much. Wow. Oh, that's cute. You want to just hold his hand.
Little hand.
Little rotten gargoyle fingers. Those fingers look good over a library entrance. Awful hands, non-bending.
Say, Jim, nice meal.
The worst of Opie and Anthony.
There's some sexual reference.
Kirstie Alley, fat actress. What do you guys think?
Yes, she is.
The show is just awful. It's absolutely awful. It's getting horrible reviews. The acting stinks. They're kind of doing like a Curb Your Enthusiasm thing, which is so stupid to try to even copy that format.
Yeah.
But you're going to see a bunch of these shows come out now, just like Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Of course. Yeah. One good concept, 50 ripoffs.
So here it is. Kirstie Alley is poking fun at her own weight problems in the new series Fat Actress. We all know that. But members of the National Eating Disorders Association are biting mad at the show. She's fat, making fat jokes. End of story. But there's a group out there pissed off that Kirstie Alley, who's fat, is making fun of her fatness because she has a sense of humor.
Why can't these people organize? If they're going to have an organization, why don't you organize and go to a gym?
Yeah.
Why don't you all get together?
It's never that, no.
Let's meet at 5 and get on a treadmill for a few minutes.
Wait to hear these clips. The head of the Seattle-based organization isn't seeing the humor in Alley's show and believes it might even be harmful to people with eating disorders. The character appears to be suffering from a binge eating disorder, said Lynn, CEO of the association. That's not funny. She's eating a cigarette so she could clear her stomach. It's appalling. I'm meeting people who lost their children to eating disorders. There's nothing funny about eating disorders. There's just no punchline.
What does CEO mean? The current elephant on duty? Fat cunt. Shut your mouth. I don't know why I said that.
Warning, warning. Oh, C-word alert. C-word alert. Warning, warning.
I don't drop the C-bomb very often.
In the series, which premiered Monday, well, I think this is an older article, Alley is seen gorging herself, overdosing on laxatives, and sticking a feather down her throat so that she could purge without ruining her manicure. Sorry.
There you go.
The association has gotten... Jimmy, where are you going?
To throw up.
Oh. Where's he going? This is perfect for him. The association has gotten calls and emails complaining about the show. What's wrong?
I just said, why don't we get one of these? Like, we have an article like this. We should get like I said, let's try to get one of these people on the phone.
Oh, that would be nice. It would be nice.
Like, but why not? You know, if we're going to do an article on the get the spokespeople, I'd want to come on and give their point of view on a radio
They
show.
probably would.
All right.
Especially if set up like we were sympathetic to their cause.
The Greg and Anthony show, yes.
Yeah.
The Tony and Greg show.
The CEO, Lynn, was very pissed off with the feather scene. I guess Kirstie Alley sticks it down her throat.
You should not make light of bulimia and that sort of thing, the purging and binging, Opie. It's a harmful disease.
You know, but why can you make fun of alcoholism and drug addiction and skinny people, but fat people are out of the question?
That's
I used
right.
to live with an anorexic. She took 60 laxatives a day. I'm not lying. She shit the bed one night when I was sleeping.
Hot.
Dude, I went out with a girl for...
Are you binging and purging over there, Opie? What are you doing?
When I was in college, I went out with her for like a second, man. This girl was knocked down gorgeous. We called her, well, I can't say her name. I shouldn't say her name.
No, sorry.
But we would go to Red Lobster for a really nice meal, and she was rail thin. And she would just...
Red Lobster for a nice meal?
Dude, I was Jesus Christ.
Did you put your gold teeth in?
I was 20 years old.
That's where the homeboys go for a nice meal.
What's the matter? You couldn't get a reservation at the Sizzler?
You guys are delusional.
All the sangria.
You guys have changed, man.
What?
You don't think there's listeners out there thinking that Red Lobster would be a good meal for them?
Yeah, they work 10 hours a day, 6 days a week.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I was 20 years old.
I used to go to the one on Jericho Turnpike all the time.
Dude, I sold
all the time.
I sold my books in college to get, spending money to drink and
go to Red Lobster.
and then to go to a Red Lobster thinking I was going to get laid at the end of it.
Are you
kidding me?
Things are different
Back in
now.
the day, Red Lobster was that's a good date.
You're right. Nice dessert at Baskin Robbins after it.
Yeah. Now it's the Olive Garden. hot place to take a gal.
You guys are just not in touch with the common man anymore.
Dude, we certainly are.
I used to go
Anthony's
to Red
bitching
Lobster
and complaining
all
because
the
he has
time.
24 hours to pack for his 10-day cruise. he got the best room available, and he's pissed off that he didn't get the one with the grand piano. He's got like a 2-level suite. And that's his big complaint today, that he's got 24 hours to pack for this unbelievable vacation that he's been looking forward to for 2 years. And I'm trying to share a cute story when I was very poor.
Red Lobster.
And I appreciated the Red Lobster meal when it happened, and today I still appreciate it.
Oh,
there you go.
Today you would never go. No. Yo, give me some more of them shrimp. That's what you got there.
Some catfish.
And to make a long story short, no great ending to the story, but, she would just stuff herself at this one particular time. It happened a few times, but this was the one when I knew.
Yeah.
And she went to the bathroom. She was gone for 15 minutes after we gorged ourselves. And came back, and you just could tell that she was just puking it all up in the bathroom.
I would
Lobster
punch her in
salad.
the fucking face.
You could tell. I could tell in her eye. I mean, you just could tell. And I'm like, what am I getting myself into?
You just watch them push the food around the plate, Dan. They don't eat it. They just...
You could tell when you kissed her and tasted scallops and bile.
Well, the back of their teeth are always rotting out.
Yeah,
That stomach acid that's coming up. Their esophaguses are all messed up.
But they're nice bodies on them.
They sure look good. Those titties look really great until they go a little too far. So I encourage you to continue puking for a little while.
Sure.
Did I ever tell you that I lost a chick to John Stamos, too?
Did you?
Yeah.
Really?
That's not bad.
Yeah, I lost
Bad
a
at all.
chick to John Stamos. I was going out with this... she was gorgeous, man.
Do you think he took her to Red Lobster?
Well, what happened was I was doing radio in Rochester, going out with... I mean, she was in a couple magazines. Let's just put it that way. She won some competitions.
Yeah.
And but she was a coke whore. Well, I don't know the whore part. Well, I got something, but I didn't have to do the coke thing.
What's the but? Where's the problem?
So, I think I found my dream woman, except for the little problem she had.
Yeah.
But she was like a 10, so I was like, you don't notice things.
You look past stuff like coke addiction.
So then she comes down to New York for, I don't know, I'm trying to remember, like a vacation or something.
Yeah.
Ends up hooking up with John Stamos before he was famous.
Oh.
Lost the chick to John Stamos.
Before famous John Stamos?
When he was when he was Blackie
on
soap
General
operas.
Hospital.
Yeah.
Still a handsome guy, though.
Used to watch that show years ago.
Sure. Anyway, getting back to this.
Gave me Red Lobster money.
Getting back to this.
Some of that Red Lobster monies.
And yes, her pictures are out there somewhere.
Yeah.
Good luck finding it. Anyway, so Lynn, the CEO of this organization, Anthony, she's pissed off about the feather scene where Kirstie Alley, shoves it down her throat to puke. They're offering advice about purging without ruining your manicure, said Lynn. When I saw that, I thought, oh no, I promise you somebody will try that because people with eating disorders are not thinking clearly.
Apparently not.
Wow.
They can't stop shoving food in their fucking fat faces. They're not thinking clearly.
So then, we got some audio of these organizations bitching about the show. Listen to this one.
The show is insulting to fat people everywhere. I would hope that people would be outraged by this. This is promoting hatred. It's promoting self-hatred and hatred of people that are fat all over the place.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, they should be.
And?
Yeah. Point is, what promotes hatred of fat people is a cross-country flight next to one of you. That is what promotes hatred of fat people.
Yeah.
You slovenly gorillas.
People have to understand. If you're fat, you're going to be made fun of.
Yes.
It's just the way it is. That's life. You're going to be made fun of because you're fat. And don't try to pawn it off like she does as a disease. Unless your thyroid is melting down, it's not a disease. There are some people, honestly, but it's such a small percentage of people that are overweight because of some real medical problem.
The disease angle is the same as alcoholism or drug addiction in that it is this mania, this obsession. However, being an alcoholic and an addict, I understand the disease, and there has to come a point where you go, you know what? I'm going to do something for myself. You are still consciously making the decision to do nothing for yourself.
Right.
So while there is a sickness element to it, that is an obsession that is beyond rational thinking, you're still making the decision to not help yourself. Or to try.
I don't buy the word disease. They should, you know something? It is something.
Right.
I'll say it's something. So give it another word. But to call it a disease is an insult to somebody that has diseases that they can't just cure by themselves. Yeah, if you're like getting radiation shot into your face to get rid of a disease, that's a disease. If you could just put a Twinkie down and you're cured, that ain't a fucking disease. If you could put the booze bottle down and you're cured...
Wow, you're talking to two addicts.
Wow.
I saw them look at each other like...
Well, no, call it something else.
I saw them look at each other like, wow, you're going to speak up? Or
Call it an
am I gonna
affliction. Call it something else than a disease.
My only disagreement is that you're cured once you put the bottle down because you're the same person underneath. But all that said, there still has to be a decision you make as an individual to not engage in that behavior. No one ever poured booze down my throat. No one ever put drugs in Voss.
Right.
You make that decision to
and you
continue
know when
with
you're doing it that it's not a good thing that you're doing, and you should stop.
But there's diseases you can cure, but you can't cure alcoholism or addiction. You're always going to be an alcoholic or an addict, and you're always going to... You can arrest the disease.
You're using the word cure, though. I don't think that word should be used either.
What,
it's not like that. It's something different than a disease. Alcoholism, drug addiction. I don't see it as a disease.
Well, see, fat people too, they compare it to alcoholism or addiction. Like I've given, hand jobs for the addiction. Fat people do it for the desperation. They don't do it because they're addicted. You know what I mean? There's a difference.
I wish you...
I just don't see it as a disease. Did you something like you say? There's no cure for it because you're always going to have that in your head. But that's why I don't see it as a disease. I see it as some type of, I don't know. Maybe you could call it a mental disorder.
Okay.
Something like that.
There is a physical aspect to it, like the American Medical Association, I believe is. I don't know if they've officially called it a disease.
Alcoholism, they have.
Okay, because there is a physical thing where if you stop drinking, and I know guys this happens. I was in rehab with one of them, and you stop drinking for 15 or 20 years, your progression acts as if you never stopped. You don't pick up where you left off. You pick up as if your body had never stopped. So there is some type of a physical thing there, which may all go back to dopamine in the brain. I really don't know what it is. And the semantics of is it disease, is it this? It doesn't matter. It is something.
I don't know. You know what it is, though? You can't make a conscious decision in your head to not get a tumor.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You can make a conscious decision in your head to not pick up a drink or
But no,
not
man,
pick
some
up
people
food.
can't. Some people can't make
No,
that
no,
conscious decision.
everyone can. I don't want to hear the bullshit. I'm an addict and it's so hard. I can't. I gotta. You're making a conscious decision. Maybe there's a few people.
Once you're on heroin,
I'll
it's
even
a
give it.
physical decision
I
at
never
some
go,
point.
I never want to, cover everybody. I'm
Right,
sure there
yeah.
are people that are addicts in their life, but I gotta say, most know that when they are putting something in their body, like drugs or
Yeah.
alcohol, that they are doing something bad. They shouldn't do it. It's making their life and their body worse. And if they just didn't do it, they wouldn't be doing it. It's that simple.
It is and it isn't. I agree with you about the decision. You are making a decision whenever you pick up. I mean, the bottom line is this: addicted or not, you still know that there's self-help groups out there, there's rehabs, there's hospitals, there's detoxes. No one in modern society doesn't know that. You are making that conscious decision. Like Lady Di, she's an alcoholic, but you know what? She's making the decision to not help herself.
Right.
But there is something that happens once you pick it up that is just it is beyond. They say obsession. It's like an obsession that like rational thought has no power over it. It's like I'm not a victim, but when I'm home on a computer, believe you think I don't know that I shouldn't be jacking you off for 8 hours? Rationally, I'm a smart guy. I know that, and I get into this zone. I'm like, I'm high.
Who is that hurting?
That
is such a thing.
No, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that same mental obsession,
Right,
which
right.
is no one's fault. I don't blame anyone. I don't blame other people for my sickness,
You're
but
like a
it is
monkey.
there.
You're like a monkey.
But fat people
Yeah,
are,
I really am like a chimp.
Fat people are rewarded in this country for losing weight. They're rewarded. Oh, look, he lost. You know what I mean? Like, what about when you were gaining the weight and just throwing all that garbage down your mouth? TV shows are giving them prizes to lose weight.
Well,
And,
some of these fat people, they actually they start making themselves believe they don't want to lose weight. And they don't want to be. They stand there and say, "No, I'm proud of who I am, and I walk around. If you don't like it, but you know, deep down, they look at people who aren't fat and want to live life not as an eyesore, walking around. They want to be. Everyone has the want to be normal. You know, where you're not looked at like some kind of freak.
Well, don't you think you're also born with a body type, too? Like, I can't...
To a point.
I can't get as big as Ralphie May if I ate between now and the time I die.
Really?
Yeah,
You're thinking you could get as fat as Ralphie May?
I think there is something to do with his body type, but I think if you had some massive calorie diet and didn't do exercise... anyone, I think, could get that fat if you just lay on a couch.
Up to the size of Ralphie May. I think you're born with a body type, and then it's up to you to figure out, what you're going to do within that body type.
You're cross to bear then.
Yeah.
If it means you can't have cake and you have to eat maybe vegetables and not, then that's what you have to do. Everyone has the shit you're fed in life. The shit you got to just suck down and eat because that's your lot. That's the hand you were dealt, if I could find another cliche.
You're right. You're
let
right,
me know.
though.
But that's what you got to deal with. You can make the choice to take that hardship and deal with it, or you can shove the cake and cookies and crap down your mouth until you're a fat slob.
And the fact is, we all had problems growing up. I'm so sick of it.
Everyone.
I'm so sick of hearing that
Everyone
crap.
has their shit.
Everyone had a tough time growing up.
Right.
It's child abuse because kids are force-fed that food when they're little kids. That's the best child abuse when you're feeding a kid that much and that bad.
A lot of times you see a fat kid, you see a fat parent that's feeding them the same crap.
The best was the Snapple lady talking about the reason she is overweight and fat in her adult life is because her parents, when she was 3, decided to have another kid.
Oh, yeah.
That got her so troubled.
Troubled that
she had to get fat.
That's her excuse why she's a fat pig now.
Self-hatred, whatever causes it, is what most of this stuff is based on. You're running away from something. If it's, I have empathy for food addicts because, like, as an alcoholic, as a drug addict, I can't touch it. I'm fucking ruined if I touch it. But food, it's like if you're that addicted to food, it's really hard because you have to eat to survive.
You have to eat a little bit of it, right?
Yeah, food is a really tough one, man. As much as like fat groups make me nauseous, I mean, there is something to be said for the fact that if I had to do a line of Coke every day, and then that's all I could do, I would be a fucking maniac. So I mean, there is something to be
and jerking around the studio,
absolutely,
sweating, hair all a mess,
gossiping pointlessly about stuff, and opening windows in 5-degree weather while I drop a log the size of a Haitian family.
Well, but most anorexic or eating disorders come from dysfunctional alcoholic families where they're trying to take control as kids, because they're not getting that attention. I feel like a doctor. and they do it
You
with
certainly
food.
don't sound like one.
No, they do it with food.
Let's play another clip from this fat group, okay?
We need to talk about the imagery of women in Hollywood, why it is so easy and okay for us to laugh at a large-sized person, why aren't we seeing more diversity, and to know that bulimia and anorexia and compulsive eating are serious diseases.
We're not seeing diversity in Hollywood because no one wants to watch that crap.
By the way,
right.
Carlin has the best bit on anorexia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did it at Live Aid. Or, no, what's it called? Comic Relief?
Yeah.
Because there are all these just,
Oh, yeah.
Carlin comes out and he goes, what do you say, anorexia? What a disease. Rich cunts don't want to eat? Fuck them. It could be the most brutal moment in comedy I've ever seen. His bit on bulimia, he has a whole bit on, is genius. I'm sure a lot of you have heard it.
Do you think there's, and this point's been brought up plenty of times. I'm not breaking any new ground here, but in impoverished nations, you don't find anorexics or people with bulimia. You don't find it.
Don't hold it down whatever they can
where's
eat,
that
though.
disease?
Well,
Is there a cure over there that we don't know about?
Well, Anthony, they have a low-fat diet.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Don't forget, you don't find a lot of coke addiction either in tribes because most of them. But the sickness, see, it's not about the substance. Like alcohol, a food addiction, drug addiction, it's all the same thing. That's all the symptoms. The problem, whatever makes you that, you understand that addict?
Yeah.
That I'm sure they have in those
So in
nations.
some tribe in Africa, it's an addiction to cutting off women's clits.
Whatever, yeah, absolutely. And using them as jaspers.
Here, one more clip.
Laughing because, oh, ha, it's a fat person, isn't that so funny? Diminishes people.
We're not in our cars eating all the time, and we're not talking about how fat we are all the time. We're strong, empowered, loving, alive human beings.
You're not empowered. You're not strong. You're weak.
You're loving and alive, but you're not strong and empowered. You're absolutely right.
Stop it.
You have to admit. That's the way you start to fight addiction. You have to admit that you're finished, and it kicked the shit out of you.
Yeah, there you go. It won.
I can't
bow to
drink. I can't do it. One, and I'm finished. It smashes my fat face every time.
Kicks your ass.
Every time.
Let's go to Carrie in Vegas.
Wonderful booze. Wonderful, strong
morning,
booze.
fellas.
Hi, Angel.
Hey, Carrie.
Hey there, Squishy Tits. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm eating some yogurt.
Hey,
I'm a victim.
It's on his...
Being fat is a disease.
Yeah.
How much do you weigh, Carrie? How much do you weigh?
No. Can I? It's a muscular disease. Because I have it. My arm muscles keep putting fucking Big Macs in my mouth.
There you go. Very
you
funny.
need to stop putting the fucking Big Macs in your mouth. You'll lose weight. It's a simple thing, and I hate to beat a dead horse, but I can barely hear you guys.
Are you guys doing a gag to us, or is this real?
No, because I called in. Remember, I called in from the cell phone the other day just to hear it myself.
George, what's
Pat
up?
Amanaki, I hate to eat
guys,
a dead
how are you?
horse.
Good morning.
Go ahead, George.
Norton and Voss, you guys should be jumping up and down. I mean, you guys know better than this. Anthony, you are so damn wrong. It's frightening.
All
it
right.
must be nice to live a life where you don't understand addiction. But for the rest of us that are addicts, whether it's food or drugs, it's something we have to live with every day.
I
but
just
we did explain
don't.
that to him.
I'm not saying it's not. It's nothing. I'm not saying it's anything less than you're saying it is. It absolutely is. I'd be stupid to say it's not. What I'm saying is, it is not a disease.
Just like schizophrenia, you don't get. It's just because it's not a tumor doesn't make it a disease.
But dude, what do you mean we should be jumping up and down? We are explaining. I'm explaining my point of view, my mania for alcohol. I'm not a doctor. I don't know the medical things that go into it. I just know what happens to me. I don't understand.
I got 13 years of sobriety. Jimmy, you probably got a bunch.
I got 18
years. You know the drill.
Absolutely, but I also understand that what I'm trying to explain. It's hard to explain that the underlying sickness, that the problem, like whether it's booze or drugs or food or gambling, it is all the same. They're all like subheadings under the same illness.
They're a symptom of you.
It's impossible to explain to somebody who does not
Look,
have
no, you've explained it fine. I can understand it. Believe me, sir, I understand. And I agree. I think it's an insult to people with diseases to call it a disease.
It isn't, but why can't you call it a disease?
It's a semantics argument.
It is a semantics argument. Thank
Anthony
you.
doesn't feel it's a disease. I know medically it has been classified one, but to me, it doesn't matter either way. That's irrelevant as to what they call it. You understand what I mean? I don't care. Like, some people want to accept that it is, it's okay to me either way. I don't care. I just know I have it, and I know what it does to me.
Well,
It
but
doesn't
the
matter
fact
to me
that
if it's
the reason it's called it for some reason too is also for insurance reasons and for rehabs and stuff.
I'm not saying you're wrong about that, but I'm just
You
talking
know.
about
I
personal
think
point of view.
eating is probably harder to to change your behavior than drugs or alcohol.
I agree.
We can go through a day without drugs or alcohol. You have to eat.
That's what I'm
and
saying
being
before.
able to to change that, Jimmy. Don't take a drink, don't take a drug. I know that, but I can't not eat during the day.
Well, I was just saying that a couple minutes ago. I mean, I do have empathy for people, but as you know, as an addict as well, there is a decision we have to make to go, look, like when I quit smoking, I quit off, like a thing what happened in the Opie and Anthony. I had the moment of clarity, and I stopped, and I was going to finish the pack, and Anthony actually said to me, just put the fucking things down. And, dude, it was such disgust in his voice. Well, I said, I'm going to have one more cigarette, which normally doesn't work with an addiction, but I had one more cigarette. I went down to the cellar. I made the decision. Esty helped me. She took me, got the patch. I did the patch program the way it was suggested that I do it, and I had the willingness to quit. So you know what I mean? We have to make that decision.
But also, too, you say you have to eat, but also you could eat right. There's a difference between eating healthy and eating, bunt cakes all day long.
Yeah, see, that's
the argument. You should be able to drink right.
No. That's not the same argument.
No,
Because I know.
I'm with Voss because I see these people in the supermarkets like, okay, you're fat, you need to eat, you have some kind of fucking chemical imbalance, whatever you want to call it, an addiction. But why are you, filling up your cart with Enamins?
I've seen.
Because at the end of the day, guys, it's an addiction, and Jimmy.
You're right.
But hold on. What'd you do?
For another.
What'd you say, dude? You say what?
You end up. Well, you and I, we all know that. I mean, I suffer from the same kind of addiction, Jimmy, that you do, sitting in front of a computer.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You replace one with another.
Yeah, substitution.
One of the biggest problem is you can't really, trying to change addictive behavior takes a lifetime.
No, but wait a second. Didn't you say, but you still have to eat on a daily basis if you're a food addict, right? Obviously, you have to eat. I don't have to drink every day. But if I have to eat, I'm going to make a choice. Do I want to lose weight and eat right? Or am I going to take 10 Oreo cookies and put peanut butter on them and then something else? If you're going to have to eat, you might as well eat right, and that's how you're going to lose weight.
Yeah, there's willpower, man. To a point. I mean, when you're making conscious decisions to eat nothing but junk and Big Macs and all that, and then hide behind the excuse that you're addicted to food, that's ridiculous.
I can't have a drink. I can't have a drug. If I have one, I'm done.
But now George brought up the point before about you have to eat food, you don't have to do drugs. He said if you have one drink, it's over. But if you eat food, you have to eat every day. Jimmy, you take cold medicine, right?
Not with alcohol.
No, I know, but you do take cold medicine, which is
like Comtrack or something like a pill.
and somebody who's a drug addict, they can take some over-the-counter drugs because they're reasonable people that know what limitations there are. What I'm saying is it's the same thing with food. You can look at the food and say, I could take a healthy type of food.
Right.
I don't have to binge because I'm an addict. If you're a drug addict, you could still take some over-the-counter drugs and not go into this full-blown relapse.
Well, if you melt it down and shoot it, then that's a problem.
Right.
You're right.
NyQuil by the bottle.
Medication and stuff like that, I mean, that's a very individual thing. And it's like, that's a real tough decision sometimes. Like, when you got to take, I very rarely will I ever take a narcotic. Unless I have absolute pain, like if they provide, and I'll always take less than I have to. It's all motives. It's all like, what are my motives? Am I doing this? And you can only lie to yourself. You want to lie to yourself, go ahead. But if I'm taking something because I'm genuinely sick and I'm genuinely in pain, but I can't mess with alcohol, cough medicine.
And
I can't do it. I've done it. I can't do it.
If they say, the doctor says 1 every 4 hours, and you're taking 7 every 4 hours, then you're made a conscious decision to relapse. That's basically.
Well, I see it as some kind of mental disorder or affliction.
That's
don't
not
see
wrong, dude. You're not wrong.
I don't see it as this physical disease.
It's both. There is a physical combination, too, though.
All right, let's go to Scott in Jersey. Scott.
Yeah, how you doing, guys?
Hey,
listen, I'm all over what Anthony's got to say. It's just bullshit. You got to make a decision. It's a disease or an addiction, and like Anthony says, you can't tell somebody that's got cancer that I'm fat because I got a disease. It's just bullshit.
Well, dude, I'm not saying even you're wrong. But there are different kinds of diseases. Like, you have to understand, if there's no physical thing, why do people die going through alcohol withdrawals? I mean, why do people shake until they have a first drink? There is a physical element to this sickness. It's not just a bunch of dumbbells who can't say no.
I'm saying there's something physical to it, but it's the alcohol.
It's the drug. It's not some enzyme it's not something your body is creating on its own. It's the alcohol and the drugs you put in it and the body's reaction to it detoxing itself. It's what you put in it that's screwing it up, that's making the shakes.
See, that's what we're making the shakes, but what actually causes the mania for the alcohol or the mania or all this stuff goes way beyond the actual substance. And they're actually starting to look. I don't know what it is that makes you physiologically. We don't know that yet. We know tumors, cancer, but look at all the things we don't know about cancer. Why do you get it if you don't smoke? There's a million things about cancer we don't know. A lot of stuff about alcoholism and drug addiction we don't know, but they're starting to think that it's something, a chemical release in the brain. So what if they find out, let's just play devil's advocate, and find out that it is a physical thing that happens that causes you to develop this type of a thing that you then...
Well, it's hereditary.
You to develop some kind
it can be, yeah.
Alcoholism's hereditary.
It's what?
It's hereditary.
I heard hereditary.
I said hereditary.
You left the H off hereditary.
It's only a letter. It's only a letter.
All right, Henry Higgins.
You really are an homo.
It's hereditary, ain't it, Governor?
We got Itch Voss in the studio today. Jesus. I thought I was dead. Oh, my God.
Hereditary.
I at least try to pronounce the letters.
Some motherfucker.
Oh, my Lord.
Wow, it's hereditary.
All right, let's go to Brandy.
Well, you're no doctor.
Brandy's from Oklahoma, 5'4", 180 pounds. Brandy.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
Wow, I can hear the fatness through the phone.
Oh.
Be nice.
She sent an email with gravy on it.
Go ahead, sweetheart,
I
talk.
guess it's really good I can't hear you.
No, what's that? Go ahead, it's okay.
I just want to say that last caller was such a douche.
Why?
I agree with Anthony completely.
Ooh.
I've had drinking issues, and I knew to put it down because I was on the road to becoming a horrible alcoholic.
Uh-huh.
I've been fat all my life, but you know what? I know to put the damn Twinkie down sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Not if you're still fat.
Yeah, but not all the time do I put the Twinkie down.
And by the way, knowledge is no defense.
Yeah.
A lot of people, I knew smoking was bad, but I continued to do it. So knowledge is nice to have, but it's not an action.
Do you drink every once in a while, though? Have a wine or something?
No.
Not at all?
Nothing.
Nothing?
I have not drank in probably about 4 to 5 years.
How about marijuana?
Nope. I am a smoker, though, which makes it even worse. It's like I just transfer my addiction, and that's all it is an addiction.
You know, how come the addictions are always for great stuff? Let me tell you something. Smoking rocks, kids. It feels good. It's cool. Don't let them kid you. It does make you look cool. And it's just a fun thing to do with your hand while you're drinking in a bar somewhere. It's very good. Things that make people fat, you don't see these fatties that are my addiction. You don't see them wailing down huge piles of broccoli and red bell peppers. It's always the sweet stuff, the stuff that tastes good. Alcohol, drugs, that shit makes you feel great.
Same with sugar, too. It's that instant.
Yeah,
but that kind of comes from what I was saying.
Why isn't anyone addicted to putting a hammer across their face a few times a day?
Well, a lot of people are. A lot of people have amputee sicknesses. They cut their own fingers off. I mean, there's,
They cut themselves, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Cutters.
It's a mental thing. For the most part, you find a lot of people with these addictions are fat people because they like the taste of cake.
Yeah.
But once it goes beyond, and that's where you're right. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of addiction. You got to give it to addiction. It knows what it's doing. It ropes you in with this great shit. But when you're drinking and missing work, when you've lost your wife, when you're gambling and you lose your house, no intelligent person says this. You continue long after the party was over, and that's what the addiction is. That's what the sickness is. It's like, believe me, if I could just fucking drink and have a good time, and I got silly last night, I farted and pointed at someone and laughed. But when I was drinking and cutting myself with a razor and going, what the fuck am I doing? And I'm still drinking. That's the mania. That's the insanity. Nobody wants to drunk drive and kill people, and yet people do it and they continue to drink. It's insanity. It's lunacy.
That's what Beecher was in for.
Good point, Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it goes long beyond where the party stops.
All right, Brandy.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I have recently found the Opie and Anthony diet.
Oh.
And my goal is to lose all the weight I can so I can play What's in My Pants.
That's right.
Nice.
We make you sick.
Thank you. I need that.
The Opie and Anthony diet
I fucking love it.
is you have sex with Jim Norton, and whatever he gives you causes you to lose weight long beyond where you want to.
I love you, Norton. You're
Robe not
Thank you,
included.
Thank you all. Bye. Posting out.
Brandy, we hear this feather thing helps, though, as far as, purging out all the food.
That's
so.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I learned today. For all those fatties out there looking for a new way to
And you know,
for a new way to lose weight.
those people complaining, whatever that organization, how come they don't complain about those shows like Biggest Loser? You're still making fun of fat people trying to,
It's all just a freak show. Freddie B. from Philly, what happened to the phrase bad habit? Remember when it was just a bad habit?
Yeah.
Now everyone's got groups and organizations, and they're empowered. And it used to just be, yeah, that guy's got a bad habit. You got to kick it. Why don't you kick that habit? God damn, good.
Let's go to Clay in Vegas. Clay. Nah, he hung up. All right.
A bad habit only because there are people that when they're drug addicted enough will suck a cock to get the, and that goes a little beyond bad habit.
Yeah.
Nobody puts the dick of a stranger in their mouth to fund a bad habit.
That looks like a bad habit over there. My goodness, look what he's doing. Gotta kick that.
You don't need drugs so bad. You're like, all right, come here. All right, thank you for the 20. That's a bad habit.
Jesus.
Picking your nose is a bad habit.
All right. Picking jism out of it.
Here's Opie and Anthony when they aren't stinking.
Ooh, who took their shoes off? It's a little stinky in here.
The worst of Opie and Anthony.
I want to play this 911 thing for Tracy.
I know. I want to hear some of this.
Because, Tracy, you're a parent. Do your kids fight a lot?
Mm-mm. They get along.
No fighting?
They not whoop their ass.
That's true. It's usually like this call is, the 911 call. It's this white trash from the South. And they call the cops all the time because of these goddamn kids fighting. Which is no reason to call the goddamn cops.
Is this grown-up Gotti?
No, this is a 911 call. This woman is very angry at the 911 operator because he tried to make a little joke. He tried to make...
It's a great joke.
Now,
It's a
if you're
great
a 911
joke.
operator, you probably shouldn't be making jokes at all.
I think they should, because I think they hear a lot of shit.
But I got to tell you, I got into a little argument with my girlfriend last night about this call. I played it, and the first thing I said was, this friggin' bitch should shut her mouth. She's trash. She should do some parenting. The whole thing is her kids are fighting. She's got 2 daughters. One's 12, one's 14. They're fighting. And from the call, I assume they're done fighting. She said they were fighting. One of them kicked a hole in the door. And you don't call the cops for this. You grab them by the hair. You bang their heads together. You do whatever you got to do. The cops are busy. They don't need this. And the only reason the 911 operator made the joke is because he's probably heard this 1,000 times. It's not serious. It's not like he was joking that one daughter fell on a knife and she's bleeding and he's making jokes. This is 2 white trash girls pulling each other's hair, and this bitch is wasting cops' time by calling. That's it.
Oh.
So he makes a little joke. Then after the joke, this woman gets so pissed. And so she is ragging severe. Now she's getting the guy's name. She's going to report him. This, that. Now the fight is a total backseat. Now it's not an emergency to call the cops. If this was an emergency where she should have called the cops and he made a joke, she would have blown off the joke and said, hey, look, it's an emergency. I'm very pissed at what you said. I'm going to deal with you. But, look, I got an emergency. Send the cops. She completely forgets about the emergency that she was calling the cops for. And now her whole life is getting this guy in trouble. And the guy also, when you hear it right after the joke, the guy realizes in a second. You hear a second when he realizes, uh-oh, I fucked up, and he starts the apology wagon.
Yeah.
But it don't work. So
No,
it's a very interesting call.
Yeah, she's going to cause trouble now. You got to hear this, Tracy. Let's go to this call real fast. It's a shorty.
Go to the 911. What is your emergency?
Yes, I need a police officer over here.
What's going on?
I've got 2 teenage daughters, and I just got home from work. They were physically fighting with each other, and one of them kicked a hole in a door. And they're 12 and almost 14, and the 12-year-old is completely out of control. And I physically, if she's as big as I am, I can't control her.
Okay, did you want us to come over to shoot her?
Yeah. There it is. See, that's the joke. All right. That's the joke. Now, look, she's laughing during the fucking call. She's saying, look, I just got home from work. This isn't an emergency. This is not a reason to call 911. 911, very important. It's very important. You don't want to cross the lines. Right. Call your husband. Call the neighbor. Knock their friggin' heads together. You don't call 911 for this. And she's laughing. I got home from work. This isn't an emergency. So the guy makes a joke.
Is she laughing? I didn't hear that. I didn't catch that.
Well, at the beginning she goes, she's kind of like that nervous titter, like she's almost
Can I
trying
just hear
to
this
justify
one more time?
this.
I
Oh,
can't
absolutely.
believe this.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. We'll play it in from the beginning again and let it roll all the way through.
Hawk. Here we
that
go.
wasn't.
Here it is again.
911, what is your emergency?
Yes, I need a police officer over here.
What's going on?
I've got 2 teenage daughters, and I just got home from work.
Right there.
They were physically fighting with each other, and one of them kicked a hole in a door. And they're 12 and almost 14, and the 12-year-old is completely out of control. And I physically, if she's as big as I am, I can't control her.
Okay, did you want us to come over to shoot her? Are you there?
Excuse me?
That's a joke. Okay, so...
Who are you? What is your name?
Now that's where he realized, I fucked up.
And you hear him trying to cover? What was the emergency again?
911.
What's wrong with her?
Can I help you?
She need a stiff one.
You're right, because now the emergency takes a complete backseat to her and her new mission, which is getting this guy in trouble.
Why did this dumbass answer the question? He should have just hung up the phone, which is bad to do on a 911 call, but you know what? You got to feed your own family. Hang up the phone, stupid.
He was probably feeling good, you know. He was having a good day at work. And said,
right.
What the hell?
Let me throw this one
And
out.
he knew it wasn't an emergency.
Right,
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is. He knew because he's done this thousands of times.
Yeah.
He knows this call. Now, also, I'm not saying the guy isn't an idiot. You're a 911 operator. It's not time to do open mic night, you know? You're trying out some new material. Trying out some new shit on the 911 line.
How out of control is she?
I owe the 12-year-old money, and I'm dodging her. It's probably not a wise thing for this guy to test out his
Good
new
point,
stuff
Anthony. Good
on 911.
point.
But that doesn't stop. That doesn't give her a reason to now turn into a mission. This mission she has now to get the guy in trouble.
She turned into the Incredible Hulk, man.
She did. All of a sudden now, emergency,
It was silent.
emergency.
It's so funny because it was just that moment of silence. It is like she's on the phone. You can just see her face like looking at the receiver like.
Oh, yeah. Well, if we could go back a little more and get to the part where where you realize
that same attitude probably caused a divorce.
Right.
Yeah.
And the reason why her kids are animals and
the
beat each other
backlash
up.
of the divorce.
There you
the
go.
Kids are out of control. And
here, let's go back to the tape. Here it is. The uncomfortableness.
Are you there?
Excuse me?
That's a joke. Okay, so...
Who are you? What is your name?
Mike Forbes.
Okay, that's not funny, Mike. And
sorry.
guess what? I'm going to file a formal complaint.
I don't blame you a bit.
Because you know what? This is really not very funny.
I know it's not, ma'am.
Well, guess what? It's not going to be very funny when I go in front of your supervisor and tell him.
I understand.
Excuse me, I guess he can just listen to the tape.
Yes, he can. I'm sorry. I apologize.
You know what's great? There's another call
There's
coming.
other calls coming. Excuse me, lady.
Which is probably real 911 calls. Like, help me, help me.
Yeah, we got a guy. Yeah, there's some electrocuted worker up on a line somewhere.
That's the best part. You hear the phone ring in the background, and this guy's like, fuck that. I got to save my job now. And there's real trouble on that other line.
Yes, I'm an asshole woman. Yes,
I'm
you're
going
right.
to file a complaint. I don't blame you, ma'am.
I don't blame you. Yes.
Why would he give his name? What a dummy.
He actually went by the book here, and that'll probably save him. That might save him if he doesn't get, if they don't just blow him off completely just for doing what he did. If there's any chance of being saved, the fact that he did apologize, gave his name, here it is, and not just hang up and hide like one of those prank calls gone bad when you're a kid. It's like
wow.
Hey, you got 10-pound balls? Yeah. How do you walk? I got caller ID. Your phone number is 516. Click. You hang up and wait in the corner for your pop to come home and punch you.
I can't believe somebody would do something like that, man.
I know, yeah.
That's terrible.
Just listen. I think it's hilarious to hear the phone ring in the background. It's another call coming in that this guy's supposed to answer. Go ahead.
Hey,
Mike Forbes.
Okay, that's not funny, Mike. And guess what? I'm going to file a formal complaint.
I don't blame you a bit.
Because you know what? This is really not very funny.
I know it's not, ma'am.
Well, guess what? It's not going to be very funny when I go in front of your supervisor and tell him.
I understand.
I guess he can just listen to the tape.
Yes, he can. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Well, sorry doesn't cut it. I need a police officer.
Hold on.
3.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Okay. 10 and 12 or 12 and 14?
12 and 13 and a half.
Okay. All right.
I'll get police officers on the way. They're on an emergency call right now, but as soon as I can get one free, I'll get them on the way.
Oh, well, don't rush or anything.
Well, I apologize for my smart remark, and I will get them en route as soon as I can.
Okay, and what is your name again?
Mike Forbes. My number 605.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
There's some
don't
crazy
rush or,
people out
don't
there,
rush
man.
or anything. Yeah, don't send them away from maybe a car wreck or something. Don't rush to send them over here and parent for me. You're a parent. Bang their heads together.
I'm with you, Aunt.
She's
Thank
totally
you.
frustrated,
I'm with you.
man. Bipolar.
Calling the cops.
I guarantee you she's a divorcee, too, man.
Oh, absolutely.
That dude wasn't putting up with that.
No. Imagine that. Husband
He
walks
wasn't
home.
putting up.
How you doing? Yeah, had a hard day at work there, honey. Oh, hard? Not as hard as me. I had to deal with these two. Oh, shut up.
And she probably threatens the kid with the cops all the time and never calls them.
Right.
And they're like, shut up,
I'm
Paul.
calling. Yeah, they
This time
called
she
her
did.
bluff. Well, I will call 911. You know, 911.
Somebody should just, put a little piece of fecal matter on her car.
I agree. Right on
Like
her
2
chest.
weeks straight. 2 weeks straight.
911 is for emergencies.
911 is not a joke.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Can we get I wish we could have a follow-up on what happened with this guy.
Yeah.
Because now all these radio stations are playing it. He's cooked.
It's pretty, recent news, so
He's finished.
Find out.
Mike Forbes.
Yeah, poor
Hey,
Mike Forbes.
it got, huge like that, man.
I don't know. Now he's,
We should support him.
We should support him. Because 911 is there for emergencies, and that is not an emergency. There, he said the police are out right now on an emergency call. They'll get there when they can.
And she said that they're not fighting anymore.
Yeah, they're not fighting. So what, the cops got to go over there now and give them a talk? No, you listen to your mom, and no fighting. Meanwhile, there's shit going on down the road. There's probably some,
Somebody's cat is up in the tree.
Oh, some real emergency.
Some prostitutes getting their arm broke.
He gave her a little, hey, you call 911 with this crap, and I'm going to joke about it.
It was so awkward, though, because he's like, you want us to shoot him? And she's quiet. He's like, I didn't mean that. That was out of line. I'm sorry.
He felt like he get. I think he felt like he could get away with the line, huh? Yeah.
That was a great line, too.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
It's the world. Anthony.
Hey, you have an update on the 911 guy yet?
Yes, I have an update. That gentleman that made that little joke about come over and shoot her, he was reprimanded, Opie. Reprimanded. He's a dispatcher for 5 years at the Watauga Department of Public Safety.
Where's that, Washington?
Let's see where that is.
They had to
Fort Worth,
reprimand him for
Texas.
the joke, right? They had to reprimand him. They had to, right?
They did. But they didn't fire him.
Good.
You know what, Anthony?
Good.
He got a letter.
We've been in this situation. All right, tell him what happened.
He got a letter. It says from Police Chief David Van Laar. He wrote to the operator, "This type of response cannot be tolerated, and this letter shall serve as notice that any future unprofessional responses while answering the 911 line will be cause for termination." And
we've been there. Know what happened with this guy?
We've gotten this same letter.
Behind closed doors, his superiors were going, "Hey, dude, that's really funny, and we understand. We know this job sucks at times, but we got to make it look good out there. So we're gonna give you this. We've been through these discussions. We're gonna release this letter, to calm everyone the fuck down. But let me tell you, and pat him on the back, going, dude, that was really funny.
Right.
I guarantee that's what happened.
Exactly.
You guys knew you was coming back to radio, though.
Did we?
Yeah.
Really?
You guys are great, man. People listen to you guys, man. You get us going in the morning, man.
Hey, Steve brought in another complaint call.
Yes.
What?
And then
another 911.
Yeah.
This is a woman calling the cops because of a problem she had with her Burger King order.
Uh-oh.
What?
That's what Steve's telling me.
I'm a little worried that everything's okay.
Can you believe these people? The cops. I love when they go around and just throw people beatings, use the tasers when they're not supposed to, things like that, because the shit they got to put up with sometimes. And a woman calls 911. Somebody could be dying, but please respond to this woman who her burger order went awry.
Sheriff's Department, how can I help you?
Yeah, I'm over here at Burger King right here in San Clemente.
Mm-hmm.
No, not San Clemente. I'm sorry. I live in San Clemente. I'm in Laguna Niguel, I think. That's where I'm at. I'm at a drive-thru right now. I ordered my food 3 times. They're mopping the floor inside, and I understand they're busy. They're not even busy. Okay, I've been the only car here. I asked them 4 different times to make me a Western barbecue burger. Okay, they keep giving me a hamburger with lettuce, tomato, and cheese, onions. And I said, I'm not leaving. I want a Western burger because I just got my kids from Taekwondo. They're hungry. I'm on my way home, and I live in San Clemente. Okay, she gave me another hamburger. It's wrong. I said 4 times. I said, I want it. She goes, can you go out and park in front? I said, no. I want my hamburger right. So then the lady came to the manager, or whoever she is. She came up and she said, you want your money back? And I said, no, I want my hamburger. My kids are hungry, and I have to jump on the toll freeway. I said, I am not leaving this spot. And I said, I will call the police because I want my Western burger done right.
Holy crap.
Can you even believe?
That people are just hopeless, pathetic people that do shit like that.
Yeah, this woman obviously needs a life. The way she's babbling, just babbling, she needs an outlet. She needs someone to talk to.
You think that's frustration?
That is an absolute, frustration. She's dealing with her little kids all day. What, Opie?
No, she thinks her shit don't stink.
You think she's so important?
She's one of these rich bitches in a big SUV.
San Clemente, Laguna Niguel, very well-to-do area.
I disagree. I think that when you order a burger and you want something specifically, if it's not done, the police should be called.
You are an ass.
She has a fine life.
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
This woman has a fine life that looks down on people.
Maybe you didn't hear specifically, but she requested the burger more than
Western.
Once.
She said Western barbecue.
She wanted the Western barbecue.
And they're in there mopping the floors.
Yes.
They're in there mopping the floors. Probably
she asked
filthy
4
Mexicans
times.
in there mopping
That's right.
the floors.
Uncircumcised, I'll bet. And she picked a little lad up from Taekwondo, and he wanted a burger. A Western, as Tracy pointed out.
And he's not getting the burger.
Well, there's more.
Uh-oh.
Now, is that so hard?
Okay, what exactly is it you want us to do for you?
I send an officer down here. I want them to make me right.
Now, we're not going to go down there and enforce your Western bacon cheeseburger.
Good.
What am I supposed to do?
This is between you and the manager. We're not going to go enforce how to make a hamburger. That's not a criminal issue. There's nothing criminal.
So I just stand here. So I just sit here and block.
You need to calmly and rationally speak to the manager and figure out what to do between you.
She did come up, and I said, "Can I please have my Western burger?"
She's a spoiled bitch.
I would so quickly
Do you hear it now,
tell
Anthony?
this bitch
I just
to
can't
shut up.
believe it, man. I just can't believe it. I'm listening to this. I can't believe it that people are out there like,
Well, maybe you didn't hear that she already spoke to the manager, and she said she wanted her Western burger, and the issue wasn't resolved. That's what 911 is there for.
She want the cops to come and make her burger for her.
Making the burger for her. What did she expect the cops to... What scenario played out in this woman's head when she fantasized what would happen after this call? The cops come screaming up.
Dude, she's one of those
stop.
chicks that want to take somebody down.
That's it, right?
Yeah,
the cops
man. They
come in
want to take somebody down, man.
Throwing people on the floor, cuffing them.
You're
you
going
make
down.
That burger,
yeah.
You make that burger for this bitch.
You're going down.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
There was a breaking news last night. Desperate Housewives didn't come on. Please send somebody over here.
Why not?
Please.
It's a rational call.
Desperate Housewives didn't come on last night. We need somebody over here now.
Send
yes,
them.
and my
Pronto.
father's cut his finger off, but never mind that. He's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the problem with all of you is that you hate women, and you're not addressing the issue. She asked for her burger to be done a certain way. She's in the drive-thru.
Shut up!
She picked, had a hard day, picked the kids up from Taekwondo.
Taekwondo.
All right, let's go back to the call. There's more.
There's more.
Of course there is. I hope
She said, "I'm not dealing with it." She walked away because they're mopping the floor and it's all full of suds, and they don't want to run. They don't want to go through there. And
ma'am, then I suggest you get your money back and go somewhere else. This is not a criminal issue. We can't go out there and make them make you a cheeseburger the way you want it.
Well, that you're supposed to be here to protect me.
What are we protecting you for?
Oh, man.
This woman has never been told no in her
You're
life.
supposed to be here to protect me.
She's absolutely right.
Shut up.
The police are there to make things right, and she's not being protected.
Oh my goodness.
and pick up the burger. Drop it. Make this woman her burger, or we'll send in the SWAT team.
Maybe you don't realize, but Burger Kings are the ones that said, have it your way.
Oh, well, now, okay.
Well, hey,
now I might have to
Did
agree
she
with
make
Jimmy.
that up?
Well,
Now I might have to agree
Not
with Jimmy.
Have it our way while we avoid suds. Have it your way.
Suds on the floor.
That's right.
Have it your way. Well, now you might have turned me, Jim.
What happened with the rest of the soap?
You're supposed to be here to protect me.
Well, what are we protecting you from? A wrong cheeseburger?
No,
Is this a harmful cheeseburger or something? I don't understand what you want us to do.
Well, just come down here. I'm not leaving.
No, ma'am, I'm not sending the deputies down there over a cheeseburger. You need to go in there and act like an adult and either get your money back and go home.
She's not acting like an adult herself. I'm sitting here in my car. I just want them to make my kid a Western burger.
Now, this is what I suggest. I suggest you get your money back from the manager and you go on your way home.
Okay.
Okay? Bye-bye.
Good, yeah.
Nice. Good. Hang up on that.
I hope that operator was reprimanded.
No, Jim.
What are we protecting you from a bad cheeseburger? I think she understands the problems in the service industry, and I didn't like her attitude at all.
Really?
It's not professional. Not
asshole.
She should. Look, you guys can do what you want. She should have sent the deputies down, and they should have dragged this woman out of the truck and then raped her mouth. Just raped her mouth.
They absolutely should have sent a car down there and arrested the woman making that call for tying up police resources.
That should be obstruction of justice.
Absolutely. There should be some kind...
Penalty.
That woman should have been put in jail. Her kids should have been taken away from her because she obviously isn't responsible enough to have children.
And they should have had their little taekwondo uniforms ripped off while they were bodily searched for evidence of burger malfunctions.
Send them to Neverland. Have Michael watch them while she sorts out her legal problems.
Just open that little yellow belt and rip down those little white taekwondo slacks.
Yeah.
These women are divorcees, man.
Yep.
They got to be frustrated.
No, I
women.
think this woman, I don't think she was divorced.
I don't think there's any frustration in her personal
life. Is married.
life.
Her husband probably knows nothing about her, doesn't care about her. It's a loveless marriage. She's got the kids. She's got some cash. Living down there in Laguna Niguel or San Clemente, nice area, Southern California. She drives home to her big house. She has a husband that doesn't even talk to her. She doesn't talk to him.
Yeah.
So she's probably lonely. She's spoiled rotten. She does get everything she wants, but she doesn't get the attention that she needs.
Right,
so
right.
this was reaching out for attention and being spoiled and trying to get what she wants.
Wow.
And what she should have gotten was an egg sandwich in a cell. That crappy egg sandwich they give you, right, Jimmy? You know what that tastes like, don't you?
No, well, we had bologna when I was in
Bologna?
the
Oh, it was the afternoon menu.
That's right.
I didn't know they changed
But
that over.
I didn't eat it because I had a log the size of Heather Mill's leg lodged in my colon. And I said, if I take one bite of anything, I'm going to shit my pants in a jail cell.
Yeah, you don't want to
Crips.
be
Yeah, it was really awful.
Oh, my goodness.
30 Crips.
I don't want to be doing that. But that woman absolutely should have been
Isn't that amazing?
arrested.
It's the type of woman that you just want to see somebody drink like 5 Pabst Blue Ribbons. Not even a good alcohol.
A bad, stinky breath.
A real... I drank 11 Meisterbrows, and I plowed into her car with a bulldozer. I don't know what happened, but I'm sorry that she can't move below the neck ever again.
Little bloody geese in the back seat strapped in.
That's right. That's right. 2 yellow belts and a million questions of what could have been.
Somehow in the wreckage, a little Barney video is still playing on the screen of the SUV.
I love. You sound like this little
Or
skip.
Shrek 2, just still playing as the bloody geese are strapped safely in their seat.
The little character is still talking. No idea that there's 2 headless geese staring at it.
You see a little Western burger roll across the street, still in its package.
That's right.
The woman the last thing she ever did was clutch the bag with the burger she didn't want in it.
That's it. A couple of sudsy Mexicans try to help her out of the
That's
wreckage.
right. And
how ironic.
They know she can't feel anything below the neck, so they squeeze her tits while she stares openly like she's on succinylcholine, like The Exorcist 3.
Lady, we hate you.
Wow. Nice.
Just their filthy burrito breath in her face.
See? Well, that's the way we play out what would have happened.
They just give it a little squeeze when the police come.
It's the worst of Opie and Anthony.
So you're thinking of smoking the pot again?
Yeah, if I'm going to go to rehab someday, it's not going to be over a wine like Billy Joel.
Billy Joel,
Jesus.
what a dopey thing to go to rehab for.
Dude, you know what? if it ever gets to the point where I have to go to rehab, I'm going to come up with some stuff for the press.
Something good. Something nuclear.
Yeah. I was addicted to crystal meth and heroin cocktails, and I'm going to make it sound great. I'm reading the papers today. Billy Joel got out of rehab again.
Yeah.
So
I couldn't shake the Chardonnay.
So for all you people living on Long Island, you might want to build fences around your houses.
Yeah, he's back.
Because he's back, ready to rock and roll again, right into your house.
There you go. See? Even his songs include wine.
Yeah, well, he admitted in the paper. Where's my stuff today? Bear with me.
Yeah.
Bottle of red, perhaps a bottle of rosé.
That's right. How about all three of them, Billy? Sure.
While you're driving around Long Island.
Yeah.
Crashing into some old lady's house. That is one of the best stories ever.
There goes Billy.
A bottle of whites. It all depends upon your appetite. Meet you anytime you want.
Through the wall of my Italian.
They'll meet you at an Italian restaurant if you can get there. Yeah, but in the paper today,
he's a wino.
It says he'll stick to women and songs. Just rehab Billy Joel got a welcome home smooch from his wife, Kate Lee, in New York. Sunday, he left the Betty Ford Center where the Piano Man said he beat his weakness for wine.
Things are okay with me these days. Got a good job, I got a good office. I got a new wife, got a new life, and the family is fine. Long ago, you lost weight, I did not know. You made it all look so nice after so much time. You remember those days hanging out at the village green?
I can't breathe.
Hot lights, my sweet romantic teenage night. It's Martini Steve.
It kind of worked, though. I pushed the wrong button.
That did work.
It did.
That's great.
That ends that bit, unfortunately. All right, well, we were flowing until I fucked up.
No, that's actually funny. Martini Steve. Yeah, his little wine addiction.
Yeah, and he's married to like a 23-year-old or something crazy like that.
Of course.
God.
Billy Joel. And look,
how bad can your life be if you're like pushing 60 and you're married to a 20-something-year-old?
Yeah, that's nice.
Wake the fuck up, Billy.
He's definitely taking on an Uncle Fester look, though, isn't he?
It's getting pretty creepy.
It's,
by the way, a really, really, really nice guy.
Oh,
sorry.
Really?
Yeah, extremely nice.
Let me guess when you met him. Could it have been at BAB?
At BAB. Charity begins at home.
Charity begins at home. Bob Buckman with Billy Joel here.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
So he's out of rehab today. That's one of the big stories. Yes, Jimmy?
Dude, I think that she's just married to him because he's Billy Joel.
Yeah? Wow. You're going out on a limb there, Jimmy.
Just telling you.
I'm just telling you.
I've been dreaming of going to Mars, where mutants drive plastic cars. So I go there, you know the rest. The best part was the girl with 3 breasts. Total Dylan. So I'm on Mars, and I meet Quetzal, and I pull this big metallic thing out of my nose. It makes me scream and shout and move my big robotic head all about. Total recalling. See you at the party, Victor. Total recalling. One more time, fellas. Total recalling. I'm going to start bawling. I'm so sad. I can't screw Sharon Stone, and Macaulay Culkin is left home all alone. Ah! Total recalling. Johnny, give me the bass. You got to slap it a little harder. Give me the bass. All right. Okay. Let's do this. I don't think it's in tune because I don't know the fingering. It's not working. Johnny, grab my hand. Grab the bass.
XM202, the Opie and Anthony Show.
You want to play What's Happening in Your Town?
Yeah, but we need some type of music, anything, some type of happy...
But, Ant, this is the birth of a bit. The next time we play this, we'll have circus music, we'll have a nice intro from Steve.
Don't you think the story will play better with a nice musical bed?
All right. Good point.
I think so.
What do you got? It's good music. What is it? It's that wacky 50s happy white suburban neighborhood music.
What's happening in your town?
Let's make sure the music's good.
And now, spanning the country to find the stories affecting you. What's happening in your town? Anytown, USA.
Let's go to Ohio. Dave?
Yeah, how's it going, guys?
What's happening in your town, Dave?
Hey there, little Chia Sack.
Hi, Dave.
So, I live in Akron. In Cleveland papers, there's, in one of the black suburb communities, there's a guy running for mayor, and he was such a good fella and helping out the kids in the neighborhood. And, well, one night he was out arguing in his car with his wife, and guess he ended up putting one in her head.
He shot his wife in the head in Cleveland. Thanks, Dave.
That's terrific.
That's terrific.
Well, that's what's going on in Cleveland.
All right, let's go to Tennessee.
What's going on in your town, Scott?
Hey, are you there?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Okay, I didn't know if it was right, Scott. The headlines reads, "Pucker up, please," and there's like 5 E's in it. And then underneath that it says, "Pastor kisses goat after losing bet."
What bet did he lose?
You mean read it?
Well,
yeah, word for word, all of it, slow.
Sounds like a cute, touching story, which has no part in this segment.
Well, it might. It's a cute special interest story.
Pastor fucks goat? Well, perhaps that would work.
Well, what bet did he lose?
Well, Living Springs Baptist Church, the only church on Weekly Lane near Catchpole Pike, departed from the usual services Sunday when the Reverend Milton Hicks lived up to his promise he made to kiss a goat. It seems the children's missions class were issued a challenge to raise $750 for a special missions offering. If the money raised exceeded the goal by $100, the minister of music, Tony Hicks, would be forced to kiss a live goat. And if the fundraiser exceeded $1,000, the pastor would have to join in the puckering up.
Wow, and that's on the front page of your paper?
I swear to God, the Daily News Journal.
This is great. All right, thank you, sir.
It actually matched up to the music.
Yeah. Why don't you hit the Benny Hill music for the next one?
Oh, what's happening in your town? Let's go to Dave in Kansas. Dave?
Hello?
Yes, what's happening in your town, Dave?
Well, we have a young boy who got in trouble for having paintballs all over his room, and he got
those darn kids.
He got kind of mad at his father and went and got the key to the gun cabinet and shot him in the face.
He shot his dad in the face
with a shotgun. So,
with a shotgun. Fantastic.
Thank you, Dave. Let's go to Fan Dick. Fan Dick, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man? Headline in the Miami Sun-Sentinel, judge grants abortion request to 13-year-old Palm Beach County girl.
Fantastic. Abortion request to 13-year-old.
Wow. Let's go to Rhode Island, Wayne.
Good girl.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
What's happening in your town, Wayne?
Hey, remember that kid, that stupid idiot that killed the cop in Providence and jumped out the window?
And got the crap beat out of him.
Yep, well, last week they had him handcuffed in the front. He took out a correctional officer's mouth. He fractured his jaw, broke his eye socket, spit in another guy's face. Then yesterday they're taking him to court, and the freaking idiot wouldn't let him shackle him, so they had to pepper spray him again. The guy's a moron. Anyway, I'm punching out.
You know it's bombing when they throw in the editorial? That guy's stupid.
That guy's an idiot.
That makes the story.
That was the point of my story.
Right. When are you guys going to help me?
It's wacky.
I love the callers that just are waiting for us to save them.
Xenorific, yeah.
This is the only talk show where we don't save you.
We're not going to save you.
Because we could easily jump in and go and say something and get
that guy's mad.
Yeah, that guy was a jerk.
Yeah.
You don't
Golly
understand.
gee.
We're rooting against you.
Right.
Always.
We're hoping you fail miserably with every call.
Derek in Massachusetts.
How you doing?
What's up, Derek?
Well, we got this guy who's trying to save his farmland for his cows. The government there is they're finding him $150,000 for his cows for the farmland, and they're going to take his land from him. Well, this guy's got protests set up all over the place. He did a protest on the Boston Common saying he wants to save his cows. He's got protests going on downtown in front of the school now, and to save our cows, we can regrettably farm our land anymore because the government wants their money.
Are there any other stories?
Not really. This is a small town. Thank you.
He goes, thank you. Sean in Philly, what's up? What's happening in your town, Sean?
Well, there was two old ladies, and they were trying to get the cheap tickets to the matinee theater and tried to beat the train. And according to the paper, despite flashing lights, ring bells, the train horn, and shouts from horrified onlookers, they walked right in front and got hit by a train doing 70 miles an hour.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
Wonderful.
Let's go to Wisconsin. Chuck, what's happening in your town?
Hey, guys. Man in critical condition after falling off stool. A Hubertus man who fell off a bar stool while celebrating his 53rd birthday over the weekend was in critical condition Monday with head injuries, authorities said. He was knocked unconscious following Sunday evening at the Whiskey River Tavern on Highway 175 in Hubertus.
53 years you make it, and you die in the Whiskey Tavern by falling off your stool.
Drunken
what an
idiot.
All right, let's go to another story from PA, Anthony Ray.
All right.
Yes, I mean, I got a hot teen bear attack in the Poconos over the weekend.
Hot teen bear attack.
But the hot teen, I guess two teenagers are up there, and a big bear attacked them, and one of the guys was stabbing the bear, and then the bear grabbed the girl and stripped her clothes, and I guess let her go after that, after she was dead.
Smart bear.
Yes. I think it was
Stripped the girl's clothes off. Do you think that's just the story they're telling? She's telling her parents. Goes into the woods with a couple of guys.
And they take her clothes and run?
It was a bear, I swear.
Yeah.
Human claw marks on her body. Well, and the bear raped me in the ass.
Yeah, bear load on her back.
Here's a story you can expect from Texas, Anthony. Let's go to Dwayne. Dwayne?
Yeah.
What's up, Dwayne?
Hey, not too much, man. Hey, a 75-year-old man, he got caught. His niece walked in on him, caught him fucking the golden retriever, man. He was in full stride when she walked in, and then this was a second offense. So now they can't do nothing to him, but they're going to get him for indecent exposure.
Indecent what, sir?
exposure.
Wow. You know, you're a
Decent exposure.
You're a mush-mouthed hillbilly.
Hell yeah.
All right, thank you. We're going back to Philly and talking to Josh. Josh, what's up?
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Got one out of Chester, PA. 3 swoogies took a little swimming pool, little plastic ones with a little slide on it that a 2-year-old would use. Took it out into the river to try to use it as a raft. Flipped it over. 2 of them were pulled out by somebody that was going by with a stick. 3rd one learned the hard lesson. Swoogies don't swim.
Oh, my God. Jesus. I'm sorry for that. Let's go to Dugout Doug in VA Beach, Virginia Beach.
Guys,
Yes.
Dateline, Virginia Beach, the tip of the Bible Belt. I got a jet flying over me. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, perfect timing for your phone
Yeah,
call.
isn't that wonderful? Rather than
If it crashes, it'll be foreshadowing.
All
right, get it, Doug.
Rather than fight, FM 99 WNRR will remove its controversial billboard, which features the bare backs of 3 women.
Because it's bare back of 3 women.
The bare back of 3 women. Don't you guys just miss regular radio?
Well, what's the billboard say? It has to have a cute saying.
Nah, it just says FM 99 WNRR has the back of 3 women, and apparently the city of Norfolk has pressured them, residents and city officials have pressured them to remove it, and they're just not going to fight. They're going to remove it.
Do the Professor Anthony song.
That's not mine.
Oh,
I
it's
did
not?
the Ricky song.
Oh, the Ricky song.
Wait, you're not. Who does Professor Anthony?
That was P. Niggity.
Oh, P. Niggity. I
Oh,
thought it was
why am I
Dugout Doug all this
slurping
time.
at you?
Me too.
I thought it was
Dateline
Dugout Doug
Wax-
the whole time.
Dateline, whackbag.com. Dugout Doug did the Ricky song, not the Anthony song.
All right, there he goes. Thank you. Let's go to Nebraska. One more. Pat.
I hate him anyway.
Who?
Hey, guys,
Dugout Doug.
we got
I hope he dies in that car.
Kidding, of course.
Go ahead, Pat.
One's about a girl, 17-year-old girl, and accidentally, she burned her house down, accidentally killed her brother and sister because her stepdad was molesting her. And now they arrested stepdad on a bunch of porn charges and for molesting her. The other one, this chick gave birth, 17-year-old girl gave birth to a baby and hid it in a basket, and then went to hospital, said she'd been raped, and now the baby's retarded, and she's going to court for child negligence.
All right, Nebraska.
Wow.
Wow, really coming through.
Yeah, Nebraska
Hey,
came
man,
through.
hey, we love you guys. I just started listening to you in December, man, and you guys are great, man.
Thank you,
All right,
sir.
thank you, Pat. We got to get out of here. And that ends a brand new segment called What's Happening in Your Town,
In
Anthony?
your town. Some were good, some not so good.
This is the end.
What are you talking about?
Of the worst of Opie and Anthony.
Well, okay.
Catch Opie and Anthony live from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern with replays throughout the day on XM 202. Want more? Go to opieandanthony.com.